All right, so last time we were here, this store was at about $500,000, and I walked you through my entire process from start to finish. But since then, a lot has changed. So, first, we've scaled the store past the big seven-figure mark, which is a huge accomplishment. But also, we have new AI tools that completely change how we're branding out the stores. And we have a new product research strategy that basically nobody is talking about at this moment. So I'm going to dive into the numbers. I'm going to break everything down. But before we get started, my goal for today is very simple. I want to give you a clear path to your first $1,000 day. One product, one store, one winning ad is all it takes to completely change your life. So please keep that in mind as you're going throughout today's video. Now, when we last checked in, it was around December. So let me just show you how the last 30 days have been. 174K, nothing too crazy. And I say that loosely because if you were to post a 100K screenshot on like Twitter or some Discords, they'll make fun of you for being poor, which is kind of ridiculous. And then this year, 2026, we're up to 470K so far. And keep in mind, this is just one of our brands, and the product is literally just copy pasted from someone else I saw online. And quick profit loss check, last 30 days, 170K revenue after all expenses. That is our ads, fulfilling orders, transaction fees, other BS. We walked away with 41K. And I know that sounds pretty crazy, but realize we're just on 24% margins. So realistically, for the volume we've brought in, this store is doing fairly adequate. And then I'll also give you an update of all time on this store. Let's do a maximum view. I think August 1st was when we first started. So from August 1st until today, which is March 23rd, we are up to, give it a minute, it's loading quite slow today. It's a lot of data it has to pull in here. Let's see. Oh, here we are, 29K orders. Holy shit. 1.2 mil revenue after all expenses, ads, fulfillment, etc. 340K on a single store alone. And we started this in August. So it's been about 9 months so far. And keep in mind, this was just a product that I ripped from TikTok and have been able to brand it out over the previous months by using AI. And that's what I'm showing you guys today. And real quick, this will be a longer video, probably 1 to 2 hours in length. So if you have a short attention span and you want to go doom scroll some TikToks, I suggest you click off right now. However, for the other ambitious people that are ready to make some money online, get your pen, paper ready, and let's get into it. So my goal for today, very simple. I want to teach you how to make your first 1K day. I'm going to show you exactly what is working in 2026, and I'm going to show you step by step through the entire process. So by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear path how to go from 0 to 1K days. And if you can smash that, I can almost guarantee you this six-figure month is much easier than you may think. But with that in mind, we got to do a quick earnings disclaimer. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not just going to launch one product and suddenly make thousands and thousands of dollars. But in the beginning, I didn't want that either. When I first got started, I just wanted enough money to cover my bills. I saw some people online posting six-figure months. I was like, holy shit, if I can just get a fraction of what these people are bringing in, I'm going to be set. So that is what got me introduced to dropshipping. But my first year, guys, I spent over $10,000 and didn't get any profits. I was running meta ads, paying for all these subscriptions, spy tools, different themes, my Shopify store, but I still didn't quit because I realized it would just take that one product. And that is exactly what happened. My first winner took me from 0 to 89K in 14 days. I made about 25K net profit on that. So in 2 weeks, I recouped my entire last year's expenses and then was in the green moving forward. And this right here happened 5 years ago. And since then, we now have multiple stores running at once. The smallest one only does about a couple $100 a day, nothing too crazy. And the biggest store hit $29,000 in a single day last year on Black Friday. So it's not like it does that every single day, but that's the threshold we were able to hit. And a lot of people out there, you're not going to hit 100K a month, at least not quick, but a 1K day. That right there is definitely very achievable, especially with what you guys are about to learn. So here's a full list for today's video. We have an updated store setup guide. I have a new method of product research. We have some new AI tools for copywriting and product images. We have a new method coming to ad creatives actually. And just like last time, I'll be launching both TikTok and Meta ads in this video. That way you can see both platforms at the same time and read the data accordingly. And this video is actually what's working right now. I'm not just showing you some dumb BS from 2022, not some theory from a random guru. This is what's working on my stores and on my student stores. And for those of you that are new here and don't know who I am, real quick intro, my name, Anthony Eclipse. I've been in this space for over 4 years now. We've generated over $6.5 million through e-commerce. We've helped over 1,000 students get their first winners, which is pretty crazy to think about. And then we've been growing this community online as well. The main YouTube channel has 80K subs. The Discord has about 30K members. And then we have this raw channel as well that we're starting to build up. So if you want to join the community, hit subscribe down below. I'm planning to post more in-depth videos like this every single month over on this channel. And realize life can change pretty quick. So my first year in e-com, I was in firefighting school. So I was managing a dropshipping store while training to become a firefighter. And that was grueling. It was not easy work, busting my balls on the fire ground every single day. But I knew deep down I wasn't going to have that as a lifelong career. At most, it was buying me time to where my store can make money. And if I had to do that as a job for short-term salary, I was okay with it, but I always knew I would do something self-sufficient. So a full year later, February 2021, hit my first winner, make $89K 14 days. And then a month after that, I graduated from the firefighting academy, and I've just been doing e-com full-time ever since. 5 years later, I have multiple stores, have done several millions, and we have helped thousands of students do the same. Here's one recent win. I literally just screenshotted this the other day. This is Azad. He's one of our fastest students to hit 100K, literally 0 to 6 figures in 4 days. He said, e-com is the best market. You just got to take your time. It's a real business. And this wasn't Azad's first store. In fact, he's been dropshipping for maybe 3-4 months now, but this is what happens when your skills compound. Another win. This is Jackson here. And he said, praise God, first 5 days of a supplement brand. So he has $2,000 MRR here. That means monthly recurring revenue, which means even if he doesn't lift a single finger, he has 2K coming in next month. And keep in mind, he's only ran this store for 5 days. Wild. And one more example comes from Dan. He hit 39K 14 days. He said he tested 10 to 15 products over 2 years on his own, didn't really get success, but then just 4 products with my one-on-one mentorship that took him to this product right here. Now, all 3 of those wins were one-on-one mentorship students, but you guys don't need to pay me. Just watch this video, get started. When you get profits flowing and you're ready to scale, boom, you guys know where to come. Hit me up. Let's put some fuel on the fire. So this is the final slide before we start to screen share and get started, but it's on the recommended budget. So I would say $1,000 is the bare minimum to realistically get started. Like Shopify is $1 for your first 3 months, then $29 a month. So $1, nothing crazy. A domain, $12 for the year, but Shopify currently has a deal where they're giving you the domain for free. So depending when you're watching this, that might not even cost you anything. Apps and subscriptions, this will be about $40 to $75 a month, depending on which apps you use and the specific plans you're on. Fulfillment, shipping orders out only happens once a customer pays you for the product in the first place, and then the remainder of your budget is just spent on paid ads. Paid ads is the most efficient way to test products and start to scale up while having control over the full process. And the main difference between a 1K and 10K day is realistically how long you've been selling that product and also your access to cash flow, whether you have a credit card or some money saved up in the bank. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to build your first 1K per day Shopify store. Leave a comment down below if you guys are hyped. I want to see some 100Ks in the comments. Go to the comments, type 100K, comment, post it. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to get the headphones on so we can go try hard today. We are first signing up for Shopify. Last video, we used the AI store builder. I'm streamlining things this time. We're going to go a whole lot quicker. So Shopify is $1 per month. All you want to do is enter in your email, get signed up. Okay, our credit card is entered and we are subscribed. And I will have my Shopify affiliate link in the description down below. You don't need to use it. You can go to shopify.com, sign up on your own. However, if you want to support the free work I'm doing on this channel, that's one of the easiest ways to give back is just check in the description, check in the resource link using our Shopify sign up. And I recommend you go with the basic plan just to keep it simple. Technically, you could choose the most advanced plan for $1, save some money on transaction fees, but I also know some of you guys are lazy and you're gonna forget to cancel that in 3 months, and if you're not profitable, you'll be billed $400. So just to keep it simple, go for the basic plan, $39 a month. And it'll ask you some questions like where you're selling, but just skip this setup entirely, and then it'll take us on over to our Shopify dashboard. So that is it for the store setup. We're gonna get right into product research now, and I have a new method that I haven't really seen anyone talk about elsewhere. And it's what I call the arbitrage method. So in short, we are finding competitors who are already scaling on Meta ads, and we know that because they have hundreds of active ads at once. And we can also spy on their store directly to see that, okay, look, their store is branded. So we're looking for problem-solving products that are being scaled on one platform, in this case, Meta, and we are just going to use AI to copy-paste these products for ourselves. Now, a few things to take in here. I've already picked out a product for today's video. I want to go a little faster. I found a few other products too, just to give you more examples that you guys can test. And then I'll also walk you through how I found each of these products in the first place. So first and foremost, realize not every product you test is a winner. I briefly touched on that earlier, but it's very common to have to test a few products in order to get one that's profitable. So that's why taking action right now when you're seeing this video matters, because it's gonna take some time, a little delay, some lag until you actually do get that winning store. Now, before we break down the 3 winners I found and how I came across them, this is the winning product criteria. It is the same exact one from last video, the same criteria I've had for like 3 years now. So at number 1, proof of concept. I just showed you the competitors running ads on Meta. They have a branded store. We know for a fact they are scaling. The product is validated. Last video, I also showed you validating proof of concept, but we did it through TikTok Shop. So the main difference today is we are simply validating the products through another vehicle, in this case, the Meta Ads library. Both work. What's important is you just want to test a product that you know for a fact has some demand for it. Like it's very freaking clear the demand is there. Next, number 2, you want to target a pain point or an insecurity. So whatever products you are selling should be targeting a problem, and the product should be perceived as the solution to that problem. And the more visually appealing your product is, the more visually stimulating the product is, the easier it will be to have good ads, because like the visual will do some of the heavy lifting for you. And the last criteria is just having low cost of goods. So if your product costs $20 to $30 to ship out from China, you have to sell it for a really high price. It causes more friction with the customer. It's more difficult to sell. But if your product costs you, let's say $10, you can sell it for a lower price. It's easier to impulse buy. It doesn't take as much effort to sell them. So the lower product cost, the better, essentially. And I've already found 3 products here, and we'll be testing one of these in today's video. So with that said, let me break down why each of these is a winner, and then I'll show you how I found each of them as well. So to recap, there is this thing called the Meta Ads library. And any of you can access this by literally Googling Meta Ads library, and it's the first link right here. And the beauty is, by law, Meta has to show you every single advertiser on the platform. So that includes their total ads. We can see their ad copy, so the text they have. We can see the ad creative, so the video and or image. And then of course we can click onto their website and see the landing page. So, winner number one is this herbal purifier pen. The main problem here is targeting smokers who want to purify their lungs. They want to quit, but they still have that habit, of wanting to hit something. That is where this product is going to come in. We already know this competitor selling, it hits a good pain point. So, the last thing would be to check the cost of goods. And I'll show you how to do that in just a moment as well. Now, winner number two here has 1,400 ads. But what's important is you always come to filters on the Meta ad library and you only look at their active ads so we aren't being misled by ads that they've disabled in the past. So this product is the antifungal soap bar, and it's advertised towards men that have jock itch, aka their balls are itchy or just below the waist, they got a little itch. This is going to moisturize their skin. It's going to rejuvenate it, make it healthy. That's the pain point. We know it's validated already from the ads manager, so that is good. And I have one more product here. These people have 300 active ads at once, and their product is one I would say, saturated, quote unquote, but their store is pretty garbage too. Let me show you this. So they're selling this Rotundus oil. This is just a product they took from TikTok Shop. They moved it to Meta. So they're doing the arbitrage strat, just the other way around. These photos were directly stolen from TikTok Shop. They didn't even edit these themselves, and their product page is not even that good. So when you have my pre-built theme, the new AI photo method I'm going to show you today, and when you're only testing products that have proof of concept and a good pain point, this is a recipe to print. Now, whenever you find a product you like, just add it to a Google Sheet. So here's the purifier pen, the soap bar, the Rotundus oil. I have their website, I have the ads library, and then I have the AliExpress link, which let me show you how we found for each of the products. It's very, very straightforward. So to find any product link on AliExpress, all you need to do is right-click a competitor's image and save it to your computer. Then you can go to aliexpress.com, and do note, we're not using AliExpress to ship out orders. However, I do use them just to validate, one, I can source the product, and then number two, it gives me an idea of what it may cost. So on here, they have an image lookup feature. You just upload a photo. So this is the photo from the competitor, and now AliExpress will show us all of the matching photos. And I will say this, don't stress the specific branding on the soap. For example, this says Mayo Futong, and our store name may be something different, but for testing, do not stress that because we are not using AliExpress to ship orders out, but also when we do get our supplier to quote this, they can put our logo on the product later down the line when we're profitable. So I'll update you guys with that once we add the product to our shop, but don't overthink it. Don't stress, oh, it's not my logo here. I'm telling you, not going to be a problem. So these are the three products we have for today's video. And the one we're going to be building out a store for is for this herbal pen. But before we do that, I got to show you how I came across these products in the first place. And the most simple method, guys, is just scrolling on your phone. You're not going to like that answer, but all of these products were found from either Facebook or Meta. And you guys can have your friends, your family, maybe your relationship partner, just start sending you all of the ads they come across. And the truth is, your family member, especially like the older ones or the people buying more online, they get fed a ton of winning products that you wouldn't even know existed. So what you want to do is just start building up a list of product research from your family. It's passive. You don't even got to do the work. And whenever you find a good store, so you're pulling open the competitor's store and you're like, okay, hey, this store looks a little nice. It doesn't look cheap, doesn't look Chinese. Let me pull open their ads and see if they're bringing in any volume. So to do that, you just copy their URL. You return to the Meta Ads library, which again, you can just Google. This is 100% free. And then you come to search ads. You want to do USA, all ads, and just paste the competitor's URL in right there. And you should find their ads pop up. If you don't see anything, just try removing the text after the slash so it's a little shorter. Here we have 27 ads. And to pull open the full ad library, all you do is click these dots, copy the ad link, and then you want to paste that into your browser, and it'll pull open the ad library like we just had. And make sure that you go to filters and you have it set to only showing you the active ads. But if you find a product that solves a problem, has a branded store, has active ads, you want to add it to your research sheet. And I would try to get anywhere from 3, 5, 10 products added to this, and then you can start to narrow it down. And for now, reminder, don't stress the supplier or cost of goods. Just use AliExpress to make sure you can find the product, and then also to kind of get a gauge of what that product should cost to fulfill. And real quick, there are some paid spy tools out there where you can scroll through meta ads and come across these products, but I want to keep your guys' expenses lean. Like, you might be able to afford a $30 tool here, $50 here, $70 here, but what happens when you have all those subscribed 3, 6, 12 months later? You have spent an extra couple hundred to thousands of dollars on tools that might have not even been needed for your success. So with that in mind, guys, this is a free method of product research. You don't need any fancy tools. You just need to doom scroll on Instagram. And you can even log into like your mom or your dad or your sister or girlfriend's Facebook account, Instagram account, and just start scrolling on their device. And another pro tip, any ad you come across, open, click shop now, add to cart, go to checkout, but don't purchase, just leave. Meta's gonna think you're like a high intent buyer almost, where they're like, okay, this person, they always add to cart, they're close to purchasing, and they're gonna start sending you even more high converting ads. So my advice to you, build up a research list, and then from there, the hard work is done. These products are already winning products, so I'm gonna show you how to turn it into a winner for yourself. So let's return back to our Shopify store. We're going to try and brand this whole thing out. I'm talking product imported, product details, pre-built themes, settings, domain, apps, hopefully in an hour and a half. I try to be ambitious here. It's 9:42 in the morning right now. I don't know how clear you can see that, but I am going to lock in right now. Let's get it done. And we're going to be very streamlined. So first, we're going to install the supplier on our store. That way we can import the product and actually brand it out. And we're going with AutoDS yet again. So they are $1 for your first 30 days. It's literally a no-brainer. So this is a quick comparison. AutoDS has faster shipping. They get you private supplier rates. All of the suppliers are vetted, where AliExpress sometimes just ships out garbage. AutoDS can white label the products, custom logo, custom packaging, and then they have a dedicated team of suppliers, where that way you're not messaging through AliExpress. You have a direct line of communication. Now, I have 3 quick examples for you of products from AutoDS's price versus AliExpress price. So this hair growth serum is $8.20 through AutoDS, and I know the product only shows $120 here, but you got to keep in mind there is $7 shipping as well. So this product comes out to $8.20 through AutoDS, but on AliExpress, it was $9.68. And this is a rather marginal difference, $1, not a total deal breaker, but other products, it could be the difference of like $10 to $15. And just to confirm, I know it says 99 cents here, but you can see the real price, $9.68, right next to that. AliExpress loves to do those misleading prices. 2 more quick examples then. Backless cami dress. This was $14.50 on AutoDS. Through AliExpress, it was $22.56. And same thing, you got to look at like the slashed out price. AliExpress is always misleading on that. So this is like a $7, $8 difference, which is pretty crazy. And one more, the air purifier. This is what we're actually going to build out a store for in today. But through AutoDS, it's $7.22. And then through AliExpress, it was $9.70. Again, some products it will be close. Usually like smaller products, they don't usually cost as much. But then bigger products like a dress or something that comes in a box will be a little more to ship out typically. So with that in mind, we're going to get started with AutoDS, and I will have the sign up link attached to the resource doc below. So click that. There's the $1 Shopify and the AutoDS. You don't need to use those links by any means, but if you want to support the free content so I can continue doing more, that's the easiest way to do so. And now that our AutoDS account is all created, we can return back to our Shopify store, and underneath the app section on the left side, you should see AutoDS here. If not, click apps, you should see AutoDS right here. And if you still don't see it, inside of AutoDS, just come to where you see my store here, click this pencil icon, and you'll be able to link your store to the platform. So to import a product, very simple. All you got to do is copy the AliExpress link. And that's the beauty of staying organized with your product research sheets is we can have all of the data in one spot. So if we ever need to return to the competitor store, to their ad library, to the AliExpress listing, it's not an issue. So I'm going to copy this link one more time. Returning to AutoDS, we just got to hit add product, single product. We can paste the link in and then we click publish to store. And they may ask if you want this AI enhancement. You can just click no thanks, I'll miss out. And then on the bottom right, the product's being added. So we can click here to track. And then up top, it says in progress, we can view details. And this will just take like 30, 60 seconds to add. So in the meantime, take a sip of your drink. I got some coffee today. And then if you want to sign up for AutoDS, I will have my $1 sign up link in the description below attached to the resource doc, right next to the $1 Shopify actually. You don't got to use those links, but again, if you want to support the free content we're doing here, that's one of the easiest ways where you don't really got to do much. Okay, the product is completed. And now if we come to our sell item ID and click the Shopify link, it should pull open our product page, but our store still has a password, unfortunately. So let's go remove that password real quick. Then we'll get a custom quote for our product, brand it out, and we can get ads launched in just a bit. So to remove the password, come to online store, themes, you'll see our password is on, and we can just click edit password here. And it's going to make you add your address to the stores. Okay, now we can disable the store's password. And now if I click the sell item ID, it should pull open our product page. But this is the issue. We have a lot of work to do from the product name, the product photos, our pricing, the whole product description. We got no apps. We don't have a domain. We don't have a logo. We got Jack. And finding the product's the hardest part. Branding it out, incredibly simple. So let's get to work. So let's return back to online store, and I'm going to import my pre-built theme to start. So we can come to import theme, upload zip file. We have our pre-built theme, and we just need to click upload. And the link to the pre-built theme is also on the resource file attached below. I'm hooking you guys up with basically everything for free today. So you get this exact theme. I usually charge people in the Discord for this, but if you're on the Raw channel, I got you guys. So once the theme's added, we're going to click edit theme here. And I want to show you how this theme works. So here's our product on the homepage. We're going to click onto this, and this pulls open our product page. So we have an AI prompt where it's just going to fill in all of these placeholder text for us, where as long as we can tell it our product name, it is going to just fill in all of these little details for us. So this is the full AI prompt. And again, this is attached to the pre-built theme file. So when you download the pre-built theme file, you will also get the link to this prompt. And as of lately, I have been using Claude for all my copywriting. So I've been using Claude instead of ChatGPT. In my opinion, it's just been a lot more dialed in. Now, before I go copy paste all of the text over for my product page, I want to complete some of like the basic product branding. So the title, the images, pricing, and then we'll come pimp out the store after. So let's exit the theme editor. We'll come to products on the left sidebar, and here is our product. So description here, we're going to clear out, not important. Now the competitor, hello?
Hi, what are they coming to fix again? Sorry. I forgot, I just don't.
Air conditioner filter to start. We got to get the AC filter swapped out. So the competitor, they're calling this the Herbie Lung Cleanse Inhaler. That's a pretty good name, but we don't want to call it Herbie and just rip them. So for now, let's just call this the Lung Cleanse Inhaler, and I'm not going to put a trademark device. So on Claude, we'll say, give me more branded names for the lung, what the fuck's the product called? Sorry, lost my own train of thought. It's called the Lung Cleanse Inhaler. Let's try that one more time. Give me branded product names for my product, the Lung Cleanse Inhaler. The competitor calls it the Herbie Lung Cleanse Inhaler. Below is the entire competitor store for inspiration. Give me a list of 10 product names that we can call this product for ourselves. Okay, I just speak. It's a lot easier to speak your words, speak your thoughts than type. And this tool, by the way, is called Whisper Flow. Man, I'm not affiliated with them, But let me show you this. Look, in the last 13 weeks, I have spoken over 100,000 words, 192 words per minute. So instead of typing, I'm just yapping into it, guys. So much easier. Oh man, you guys are going to get so much work done. And then also, I'm going to just Control A, copy the whole competitor store, and we're just going to paste it into Claude. So I have stopped using ChatGPT because I was getting pissed of telling it to do the same things every time, like not BS, no fluff, no fluff, no BS. You know, like the same stuff it would always keep screwing with. I like this Pure Air Herbal Inhaler. That sounds pretty nice. So we're going to call it that for now. Pure Air Herbal Inhaler. Save. Now, product photos, I'll hit in 1 second. Let's next come to the pricing because this is important. When you first import the product into AutoDS, it's going to use the price from AliExpress. So you want to click this big sourcing request button here, and we can have AutoDS then take over the product sourcing and get us a new quote for the product. So just give this like 10, 20 seconds. It's going to search every supplier that they're already connected with, and then we can just easily partner up that product to our store. So we got a few results that popped up, and typically I would just click the eyeball on the first one. And when we look down to get a quote, we can see this is $1.12, and then shipping is going to be between 6 to 11, and that may depend on the location we're shipping to, but also the shipping speed. But either way, $1 for the product is nothing. So we're going to click select product now, and now we can link the product from our store to the one from AutoDS, and now they're going to take over the product for us essentially. And now we have a new quote for our product. So this is important here. We want to calculate our new cost of goods. So this product is $112, but we also have another $638 shipping. So $112 plus $638, which means one of these products is $750. And then I'm also going to update the cost of goods on our sheet now. We know the new price. And I'm also going to remove the AliExpress link and put the listing to our new AutoDS quote. So on the product page, you see on the bottom here, it says cost per item. We can update this to $750. I'm going to disable tax here. For the selling price, I have a framework I'm going to walk you guys through. So I have a very simple pricing formula here. We're just going to take our cost of goods. So in this case, our cost of goods are $750. We're going to multiply this amount by 3. So 750 times 3, that comes to $22.50. Okay, so $22.50 is our baseline selling price before we've optimized it. And this is a garbage selling price, by the way, because it's going to violate a few of our rules. So the first rule is we need to round up the selling price to 0.95. So this ends in 0.5. So we want it to be just 2295, easy as. But this still violates some rules because we only sell in increments of 5. So think of $19.95, $24.95, $29.95, $34.95, $39.95, $44.95, $49.95, $54.95. You get it. So in this case, we would want to sell this for either $19.95 or $24.95, you know, going up in those increments. But now we need to check our margins here because we need to make sure we are getting $20 profit per sale. So in this case, we want 20 per sale. So if we were doing $19.95 minus $750, that would be $12 profit per sale. That's not going to cut it, you know? And vice versa, if we did $24.95 minus $750, that's 17 per sale. It's still less than the threshold. It's not going to cut it. So with that in mind, what the F should we price this product for? I have 2 offers in my mind. I'm going to walk you through both of those. So offer number 1 is to charge shipping on 1 unit. So the way this could work here, guys, is 1 unit could be $24.95, which I just showed you only gave us $17 margin. But what if we charged $4.95 shipping on 1 unit and then gave them free shipping if they bought 2 or more units? That right there would give us enough margin per order, you know, because we'd get $29.90 collected after fulfilling. We would be above our $20 threshold range. And then also customers would be buying 2 units for free shipping and even a 3rd unit for a bigger discount, which is how we can really start to stack the value. So with your offer, guys, 1, you need to make sure your baseline selling price gives you enough margin. But the second thing you want to think of is how can you encourage the customer to purchase 2 or more product from you? Because the more they buy, the more profit you make off them. So if we wanted to set up that first offer, it would just be $29.95, and I'll show you how to charge $5 shipping once we do our settings, and you would simply have it be, 40% off or 50% off, depending on what the product you're selling is. However, one pro tip for you guys: when your cost of goods are so damn low, sometimes it makes more sense to do a buy one, get one free offer off the bat where every customer has the opportunity to get 2 units. And the reason I say that is because one of these is $750 to ship out. Okay, but what happens if a customer buys 2 of them? Well, if they buy 2, that's 112 times 2. And then shipping on one was $638. Since you're shipping out 2, they'll get shipped out in the same package, might be a little bigger. So maybe shipping is like $750 here. Either way, we can ship out 2 of these units for less than $10. And that's also the same exact offer the competitor's running, which I find quite funny. So to price out the BOGO, it would be 974 times that by 3 takes us to $29.90. Reminder, we want to round in increments. We'd go up to $29.95. And then we want to make sure we have at least $20 margin. So minus $978, boom, $20 right there. So we can do a buy one, get one free for this product for $29.90, which is pretty crazy. But just to give us a little more margin, I think we're going to do $34.95 plus free shipping. That way, instead of just making $20 per order, we're making a little more. We're making $25. Now for the product photos, I'm just going to delete all these current ones, remove, save. And the other night, I did a little work ahead of time, but I took all of the competitors' photos right here, and I already revamped these with AI, where in my opinion, the photos I made look a lot more branded. Even my influencers here look higher quality. So I'll show you how I made each of these. I'm just trying to think of the best order for this video. If I should show you the AI photos now and then the theme, or if we should do the theme first and then the photo prompts after. But let me save this. And I'm not a genius, but I think my photos here are better than the competitors. So I'll show you theirs first. Look at the competitors' photo. Again, these people are already scaling. They already did the heavy lifting. They validated the product, where I just had to say, okay, this is selling. Let me turn it into a winner for myself. And I'll pull open my product page real quick just to show you our photos. But again, this took me like 10 minutes to make last night on my couch while watching some Netflix with my girl, and they look better than the competitors' photos, no joke. So step number 1 is to drink some more caffeine. It's cold at this point, but the mission must go on. So the real step 1 is save every single photo from your competitor. Just save all of their photos to start, their product images, get their description assets, get everything. Just build a big archive. And you can see I have done that right here. I just saved all of the photos exactly. And it's worth noting, some websites have their right click disabled, where you'll be trying to right click and like nothing will happen. You'll be like, Anthony, I can't save the photo. What do I do? So I actually have a Chrome extension that fixes that. It's called Allow Right Click. This is free. Install it. And the next time you can't right click on someone's website, you just enable it, and then you'll be able to highlight text, save images, etc., and you'll have your archive saved. Now for AI images, there's 2 tools I used. The first is Claude. Claude is what actually creates the AI prompt for me. And then I've been using another tool called Kai API, which has Nano Banana built in that's been generating my photos. So on Kai, we're just going to click their API marketplace. And inside of here, we just want to type in Nano Banana. Now you will need to deposit some credits here, but for all the photos I just showed you, I spent maybe 10, 15 minutes and less than $1.50 creating them. So it's very cost effective, but just open up Nano Banana Pro 2 here. Now, the first photos I always recommend you guys create are going to be the testimonial images, because these are the easiest ones. And it just gives you some momentum to get the ball rolling. So you first want to go to Pinterest, and you need to get a model of the person. And you can see these are literally my search results from last night. I got lady selfie right here. Boom, I grabbed this girl. And then I typed man selfie, and boom, I got this guy right here. So I upload the photo of the competitor's main image. This is straight from their website, plus this guy. And I just said, yo, I need a prompt. This is all you got to say. You need a prompt for Kai AI Nano Banana that'll have the man in the image holding the pen. And I made sure too to clarify not the box because in the past, I've had some AI like have them holding the box and it just looked weird. But it gave me the prompt right here where you just copy it. Inside of Kai, we just paste it in there. And this operates a lot like a chat GPT prompt where you just upload your assets, aspect ratio 1:1, 1K resolution, PNG, and you run this. Now, this will take about 20 seconds to run. So while this is getting generated in the background, I go start the next prompt. So I'm like, boom, now I need another one for a girl. And you'll see the prompt it gave me, like it wasn't in her hand properly. So I had to have it give me an updated prompt to fix it. But it's the same thing where it's generating the first testimonial image. So while that's in the background, I'm working cracked out. I open another Nano Banana prompt and I do like two at once. So on this one, you have the new prompt, the same reference image as before, plus the new model, 1:1 ratio, 1K res, PNG, run this. So now this one is going to start getting generated, but now the previous one should be completed. So I'm like doing a few prompts at once. I'm going a little crazy here, but then from there you can save this. So always start off by doing your social proof images first. I'd recommend you get 3 images there, save the product from, or save some models from Pinterest, save a product photo. These are super easy to create. So while this image is getting generated, I'm going to move on to the next one. Now, the next image I did was the product showcase image, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I ran into some issues here, but I think that's important for you to see. Not every prompt goes smooth, but essentially you take the competitor's photo, you say, yo, give me an 80% similar version, change the colors a bit, maybe put the product on a platform, change the background, icons a little, add some flair. It gave me this first prompt here, but it spit this out. It's not even my same product. It just looked weird. I'm like, what the F is that? So I asked it to clean it up a bit. And then it spit out this image. And like, it was brown. It looked dead. This product is to make people feel fresh. They're cleaning out their lungs. It's spring coming up soon. So I was like, no, this branding, it looks like crap. So finally it gave me a good prompt, and this was the image it produced. So now that I finally had a good image generated from Nano Banana, I uploaded that back into Claude and I said, okay, now we need to maintain this aesthetic for the rest of our images. So as long as you can get the showcase image, the rest of the photos are very, very easy because now it knows the new style we want. So from here, you upload the next competitor's image, and all I said was update text 80%, change the model's aesthetic, update the colors, slightly revamp the layout. It gives you the prompt. So look, you copy it. You open up Nano Banana, paste the prompt in. We take our model, throw her in there, same settings as before. We run this. And reminder, while this is generating in the background, I'm going on to the next prompt. So boom, I throw the next photo in. Same thing, I want similar settings, change the layout 80%. I got typos in here. Boom, it gave me the prompt. So now you open another Nano Banana prompt and you paste that in there. You upload the reference image, you run that. So now while this image is still generating, I'll go back, I'll check on the other one. Boom, this image is good. You can save that to your computer. And now you move on to the next image where same thing, you upload the reference image, it gives you the prompt. And while again, the previous prompt is still generating, we can go move on to the next prompt. And you are literally just trying to generate as many prompts as you can. Like, you don't need to wait for it to generate a photo before you do the next one is my point. So if you can plan ahead and just work with a bit of intention, you're literally just asking Claude to give you an 80% similar photo. Like, look, I was just saying next. I got lazy with it and it was just giving me banger prompts. So it's your goal. You throw competitors' photos in one at a time into Claude. You're getting a similar layout, and then you're funneling these into Kai's Nano Banana to generate the final output. And again, these photos are kick ass. In my opinion, it looks better than the competitors. So for you guys, I recommend you get 4 to 6 product photos in total. Image 1 should be a showcase image. So have the product in frame, very clear. Image 2 should be a benefit image where it educates the customer on the main reason someone would buy it. From there, the remaining images will vary depending on the product you're selling. So If your product is a supplement, talk about the ingredients. Maybe you talk about the features of the product, maybe how to use the product, how to style the product. Maybe you show some social proof, maybe you show the ingredients. So try to just educate the customer, give them like all the relevant info from showcase, benefits, features, how to use, ingredients, reviews, etc. Just throw that all here. But again, I'll typically use the competitor as a reference. If they're scaling, they already did the hard work. We know it's working for them, and we just put in a little effort to have a little higher quality production. We're more branded, essentially. And now we can come to the online store, and this takes us to the pre-built theme. So I'm going to publish this right now. And before we customize it, just real quick, I want to purchase a domain and a logo. I think this is very boring. I rather customize the theme first, but having our logo done beforehand will just help us be less repetitive later, where we don't got to go back and forth. We can just go through things in one go. Okay, so we're going to spend 3 quick minutes to purchase a domain and create our logo. So realize there are 3 types of domains. There's a general store. Think of Amazon. They sell everything under the sun. Think of Walmart. It's not really branded. From there, think of Gymshark. These people are a niche store. They only focus on gym-related clothing. So this is a niche store. The third type of store is a one-product store. This is BlendJet, where the only product they are selling is a portable blender. And from a dropshipper point of view, a one-product store builds the most trust. The customer lands on this and you look official, but the issue is, as a dropshipping business, not every product's profitable. And we don't want to buy a new domain every time we need to pivot products. But also, we don't want to lose all trust from the customer, like appearing like Amazon. And at the same time, we don't want to be confined to any one niche. We want the flexibility to pivot anywhere. And that is where a branded hybrid general domain comes in. This store is called Bleem. So they only sell one product, this magic hair eraser. So they're similar to BlendJet in that aspect, where they look professional to the customer, but the name Bleem means jack shit. It's like Amazon, where they could sell any product on here and it would still look branded. So the main difference is we're using a general sounding domain that's broad enough but still has a nice branded feel. And on the store, we're only going to test one product at a time. Therefore, the customer is only going to see that specific product, and we still get the prestige of something like BlendJet, for example. And just like last time, I have another prompt for you guys. We're going to go to Claude, throw it in there, paste it in, and we're just looking for a broad sounding name like Bleem that's easy to pronounce, that's unisex, so it can apply to any gender, essentially. So something like Veltara, this sounds nice, but if you were just to buy Veltara.com, it would likely be taken. So when you have a name you like, what you want to do is return to Shopify, come to our settings. We want to come to domains on the left side here, and we want to buy a new domain. And as I mentioned, Shopify is doing a special deal right now where if you buy a domain through them, they're giving you $20 off your next bill. So AKA, it's essentially a free domain. So we'll just put in shopveltara.com. We'll search this, see if it's available. Ooh, coffee is so cold. I need to go take a break after this. So this is available for $16. But just a pro tip, if the name was ever taken, just try to move shop to the other half. And I would just throw the domain into your search bar and just validate that, look, like it's not an active brand anymore. In this case, both of those names were good. Veltara shop, Veltara, it wouldn't matter. We're going to purchase it through here. And you can get a domain more affordable if you were to purchase through Namecheap, but Shopify gives us a free email forwarding address where we can have like an info at our website name and just look a little more official. Now, I will disable auto renew. With e-com stores, you frequently have new domains as you go. Okay, the domain is purchased. Now we need to make the logo, we need to set up the forwarding email, and we also need to go accept some verification emails in our inbox. But first things first, if you come back to settings domains, I want you to click the domain you just purchased, and you want to come to type here, and you want to change this to your primary domain. And now's a good time to mention, when you're looking at your settings, it may look a bit different. Every month or two, Shopify changes the user interface. So if something looks different, it's not that it's outdated. You just might need to think, oh crap, where is this located now? So we got that as the primary domain, very important. Next step then is email forwarding. So you want to click here, add email forwarding. And now when somebody emails this email address, it will get forwarded to whatever your personal inbox is attached to that store. And to create a logo, we're just going to head to the font. I'm going to go to sans serif here. In the preview box, we'll put in our domain name, in this case, Veltara. And I'm just looking for a nice modern font. So you can look at sans serif, and serif is also pretty good. We can probably find something that looks like Bleem. We'll go with this. It's modern, it's clean, it's simple. So find a font you like, you're just going to download it. Then we're going to Pixlr X. This is a free editor. I was going to use Photoshop, but I thought we'd go fully free today. We're going to open up their AI editor. And you can use AI for a logo, but considering it's text only, we'll just create it through here. Make it 1080 by 1080. And even though this is so simple, you would be surprised by how many people have messed this up over the years. So we're going to add a text layer here. We're going to call this Veltara. Under font here, we're just going to come to add a local font. And you want to look for the regular font file. So here's the regular font. We upload it. You'll see it get added to your list. I have a few other fonts here too that I've previously added, but select the font you want. You can increase the size, make it nice and big. But what we want to do is change the color to black because the background of our website's white. So if our logo is white, it would be invisible. But the next thing you want to do, and this is where everyone kind of screws up, is come to the crop tool on the left side here and bring in the cropping so there's no dead space above the logo, no dead space below, and even on the sides. The last thing you want to do is upload like a big square logo to your website. So we're going to save this and save it as a PNG and make sure you use the transparent background. That way it's not white. And then we can save this as our logo. And at this point too, we can Control Z. We can go back a step. I'm going to save our profile picture as well. So we're going to click add layer. We're going to add a shape. Going to fill the whole thing up, make it white, drag it beneath our logo. And now we're going to save this too. That way, when we eventually launch ads, we'll have a profile picture for our store. Okay, so returning back to Shopify, this is where everything's going to come together. Okay, I'm back. I had to take a quick 10-20 minute break. I was at my desk for a few hours. We got a big gulp now, but this is where the fun begins. So we have our theme here. We have all the assets essentially ready where we can customize this store pretty quick. And keep in mind, I've been optimizing this theme over the past three to 4 years, essentially, where this is like my life's work. I know the theme converts. My personal stores use the same layout. My student stores, that has the same layout as well. So let's get into it. Now, real quick, don't worry about the product saying sold out. That's only because we haven't done our store settings yet, specifically the shipping. So we're going to update that soon. So if you've never used the theme customizer before, no worries. The first thing I want to do is come to theme settings here, logo, and we are going to upload the logo that we had created earlier. So here's the Veltara logo that's getting uploaded. Easy. So real quick, this is Anthony from the future. I'm in the middle of preparing today's video, and Shopify just updated their user interface. And with the theme editor, they just moved the settings and the embeds on the top row. And then they made it so if you click into a section, you can sort of see a preview up top. So this isn't a deal breaker, but they literally just launched this update as I was in the middle of producing this video. So keep that in mind. Every few months, Shopify updates their interface. So it's not that anything's outdated. However, you may just need to look a little harder to see where it's at specifically. Next, we're going to update all of the text on our store. So just take the prompt for the pre-built theme and reminder, this is attached to the download file. And then go to the Claude prompt, the same exact one that was doing all your photos. So you can paste the pre-built theme prompt in here. We need to update our product name. So on the product page, our Pure Air Herbal Inhaler, we can update that. And then also, just to give it more context, you can say competitor store. We can Control A this, copy it, paste their text in, and then also you can take all of your product photos and drag those in as well just to give it more context on your product. But paste this and your description should be copy paste ready almost immediately. Claude's going to do its thing, and then we just got to copy it onto our store and we'll be good. Okay, and now we are in business, and I stopped Claude. I interrupted it prematurely. These emoji benefits were just too long. I like those to be a little shorter. How it works was too long. And then it started the description where like the headline was super long. So I basically said, hey, make it more snappy, split big paragraphs up into two, bold some words, etc. That way it's copy paste ready. So we'll copy the emoji benefits. Look, we copy it to our keyboard. On our store, here's the emoji benefits. How do we edit these? Well, we come to sections, we come to product information, and we come to emoji benefits. And we just paste them in. Now, I said this last video, pay attention. If you just paste it like this, the spacing's effed up. You see there's a blank line up top, there's a blank line on the bottom, and even between each of these, like the spacing could be fixed a little more. So now it's optimized. So with the pre-built theme, we're just copying it one at a time. So how it works, copy. And now we look for the how it works tab. So, okay, let's return back to product information, collapsible row, how it works, paste the text in there. And again, if you have some like blank lines, remove those, easy. And then also use your brain. You see how this says update the size guide for clothing. If this is a clothing product, put a size guide here. Since this isn't clothing, we can just remove that. And then I should also mention, if you're selling a clothing product, you can just keep your product photos be one image for each color. You have 4 to 6 colors, 4 to 6 images, one image each color. Makes it very easy. Now you'll also see we have these reviews here. So let's come back to our pre-built theme. I'm just going to copy these 3 testimonials, copy. And now we return back to this product information section. We have reviews. And you're literally just copy pasting the text over from Claude onto your store. Okay, so the 3 testimonials are uploaded, but if you recall earlier, we had made 3 testimonial images with the Pinterest photos. And now again, it's just plug and play. Like you've done all the hard work at this point where you're literally just pasting in. And now you can look here and each of these people has a little review photo. So that looks nice. Next section then, we have our main benefit. So it's no different than before. We're just going to copy the main benefit. We're going to return back to our theme customizer. And a pro tip, instead of looking for the left side to see like which section you want to edit, you can click this icon right here, the Activate Inspector. And wherever you hover your mouse, if you just click, it'll pull open that section where now we can paste in the text. We're going to take the headline here, paste that up top. And now the text is pasted. And for the image here, I would refer to your competitor. So right here, what did they have? They had a little social proof collage image. Sometimes it may be a GIF. But conveniently, I had made one of these images earlier. So we can just plug that in there. We're going to click Save. Next section then is why customers love our product. So we're just going to copy the three little benefits here. And we just got to copy paste these in one at a time. And don't stress the colors now. I know our background's black. Let's just copy the text over first, and then we could customize it after. Next section is how to use it. And to edit the photo, by the way, same thing. Just hover your mouse over it, click it, and then we can upload our image here. And again, I had this image made from the competitor's reference photo. So now that that's done, okay, so the 3 results are pasted in there. We have our guarantee. Now at the bottom, we have 3 more reviews. These are literally just the same 3 reviews from above, but pasted at the bottom of your page as well. And now we have our 3 reviews pasted on the bottom as well. And the last section here is realistically just the FAQ, and then the store is almost done. So just copy the first 4 questions, and then typically I leave the last 2 on shipping and getting in contact. But if you haven't picked up by now, at this point, AI has done a lot of the copywriting for you. Okay, so the FAQ section is all completed. So in just a moment, we'll do our settings. But real quick, let's pimp out our store's color scheme. So if we come to colors here, we can edit our main announcement bar color here, or our main accent color. And I'm thinking we go with a green of some sort, like a little sage green, something kind of soft, where it makes the product look healthy. And look at the announcement bar, by the way. Since the product sold out, it's a little faded, but this green up here looks nice. And we can also update our announcement bar. So for this offer, we're giving free shipping on all orders. But reminder, if you were doing the buy 2 to get free shipping, you may say, hey, free shipping on orders 30 plus. But in my case, I'll say free shipping today only. The rest of this we can leave. And I also don't think my product is 50% off. Instead, I'm going to say we're going to say BOGO sale ends today. And then we'll say free shipping on all orders. And now we can save that. Now, if we scroll down, we can start to change these other sections. So customers love our product. We can change this here where it's normally black. Now it has green. So we can scroll down more to our result sliders where we can click into this section. And again, we just need to scroll down, change our accents here to the green. You see our sticky add to cart has a purple color. We can click there, change that to green. And then this little section on the bottom needs to get changed to green as well. So just like that, we have branded out the whole store. Again, that was really the easiest part. If you have got this far, you have done a lot of the hard work, essentially. Okay, with the theme customizer done for now, we're going to go quickly do our settings. And I'm going to try and go through this fast. It is pretty boring. Under general here, come to store contact details, click this. We need to update it to our store name. So we are Veltara, info@veltarashop.com, save. From here, you can skip over plan, you can skip over billing, skip over users. We do need to set up payment processing. Now, ideally, you have Shopify payments set up. If you see this, click complete account setup, go through this. It'll ask you some personal questions, name, address, social, boom, fill it in. If for some reason, though, you do not have Shopify payments available, go to Claude, go to ChatGPT, and figure out how you can get Shopify payments available based on where you're living. You may need to create an LLC. Maybe you use a third-party processor. Again, if you don't have this here, you will need to sort that out. And if you do have Shopify payments, you're good. Let's get it set up. So I have a registered business, single member LLC. Shopify payments is good. It'll be verifying. You may even have a red banner. Just give it 24 hours. Next, we have checkout, customer checkout method, do email, require both first and last name, shipping phone number, make that optional, include email at checkout. And then we can save here, but also come up top to your checkout configuration. We want to customize this. And on here, we want to upload our logo here. So add the logo that we made from earlier. And I would recommend you center that, maybe adjust the size slightly. But then we also need to go grab our green color. So real quick, let me save in here. I'm going to exit. We need to return back to our theme customizer. So online store, themes, edit theme, settings, colors, accent 1, copy. Now we can go back to settings, checkout, customize, and now we can update our accent to green and our buttons as well. And I'm going to save that. Boom, completed. From here, customer accounts, just disable these. Long story short, it adds more steps where instead of them going to purchase, they create an account. It causes more lag, more delay. Shipping and delivery, very important. First, Shopify just updated this within the last month, so this even looks new to me. But secondly, the product was out of stock on our product page, and this is where we can fix it. So come to Store Defaults, General Profile. Inside of here, you can delete whatever existing rates you have. Now at the bottom, you'll see not shipping from location, AutoDS. You want to add rate, use rates from another location, and just choose your address there. Now you'll be able to ship out. Save this for now, but then we also want to click Go to Markets, and by default, you can only ship to where you're from, in this case, USA. So we want to create a new market here, and we want to just add every country, so just choose them all. You can click Done. Then we can call this all regions and then just save that just as so. Keep it simple. And this may take a few seconds to save because it is quite a lot of files, but then we can return back to our shipping settings and now we can set this up. And I may need to refresh the page real quick. Add zone. So the first zone, what you want to do is only select North America and you can just call this NA. And then you want to create another zone. So create another zone. This time, you want to select every region except North America. And you can call this one Rest of World. Click Save. And now we can set up the actual shipping rates. So for, which one is this? Sorry, I didn't read it. So this is my North America option here. So we'll say USPS standard shipping. And this is where it depends on the type of offer you have set up. we'll just kick it off. With my offer, I'm doing buy one, get one free. So I'm giving everyone free shipping. I'm going to set that up first. And then if you were running like free shipping on orders, $30 or more, I'll show you how to set that up too. So I'll also set up an express shipping amount where I'll put that for $4.95, easy. And that's only for the USA. So then I set up those same options for worldwide, essentially. Express shipping, $4.95, easy as, easy as. So this is our shipping setting. With the offer I'm running, our buy one, get one free, this will be perfectly good. However, let's say you were doing free shipping on orders 2 or more. Well, then what I would do is, I would restructure it a bit. So in that case, you would do $7.95 express shipping. The single shipping would then be $4.95, and you would then give them, are you ready? Look, free shipping if the price is over like $30 or $40. It'll depend on what offer you have. That way, if the price is below 40, they pay 5. If it's above 40, it's free, and then they have the option to upgrade. But reminder, since I'm running the buy one, get one free offer, that one won't apply to me for today's video. Okay, so taxes, duties, location, you can skip. Apps, we're going to return back to apps in a minute. There's only 2 or 3 apps we'll install today. Sales channel, not important yet. When we install the apps, we'll install the Facebook Meta app. Domains, we took care of already. Customer events, not important. Notifications, just real quick, come to customer notifications, customize email templates. We're just going to add our logo here. So Valtara, and just change that color to black here. This one doesn't need to match your green. This is just the email template. So it gets after somebody already buys from you. This is what they'll see in their email. Looks simple. From there, we have customer privacy. In here, we have 3 little banners. So privacy policy, turn off auto renew, and then scroll all the way to the bottom. And I recommend you guys just, you can remove your address here and phone number. And then click save. Next, we have cookie banner. Depending where you live, where you're selling to, you may need this. But for now, we're just going to remove it entirely as it only adds a bit more friction. And the last thing here then is data sharing opt-out page. So we're going to click here. Same thing. We're just going to delete the page altogether. Depending where you live, you may need it. But for now, it just adds a little more friction. And the last step then are the policies. So we already have the privacy policy, refund policy. You can just click this, click insert template, and then it should be good to go. I would hit Control F and type in a bracket sign because you will see some bracketed sections in here. There was only one, so we can publish that. Terms of service, same thing. Insert template, and there's a few bracketed sections. So you just want to remove those or at least fill them in. And I would Control F because you're going to find a few other bracketed sections in the mix. And the last setting then is our shipping policy. And I have a template for this one. Just copy it. They don't give you a preset, so just paste that in there. You can publish it. And now our store settings are all good to go. So next, we want to customize our store's navigation. So if you go to online store pages, you should already have a contact page created. That'll be there by default, but we want to create a track order page. So type track order here. Under template, you then just want to change this from default page to track order, click on save. And now if you preview this page, the customer can track their order. And if for some reason you don't have this option to track order, just make sure that you have the pre-built theme already published. Then we want to come to content, menus, and we just want to complete our main menu and our footer menu. And then our store is good and we can run ads. So for catalog, change this to say shop now and just send it to your specific product. For contact, send that to the contact page. And then we also want to add one more here. We can come to pages. And I don't have the track order page. Let me just fix that real quick. I made a mistake, guys. Online store pages. You'll see it's hidden. I forgot to change it to visible, which happens. Visibility, going to make that visible. Save. And now we can go back to content, menus, main menu, and we can add our track order page. Easy. So we can save that there. That was the main menu, but we also have our footer menu next. So we're going to clear this out. We're going to create it from scratch. So we have our contact page. We have our track order page. We have our refund policy. We got to add our shipping policy. We got to add our privacy policy. And then we got to add our terms of service. And I know I just went a little quick there, guys, but essentially, look, if you hover your mouse over one of these, click it, boom, you can just add it to the menu. So that is it for our menus for our settings. Guys, I think the store is done. We just need to go get some last minute apps and then we can go launch our ads. So let's come to the app section here, come to the app settings, and we're going to come to the Shopify App Store. Now, there are a few apps we need. So the first one is going to be Kaching Bundles. Now, the pre-built theme does have a free bundles built in, but this app is going to be just a little better. And then we're also going to install Bucks Currency Converter. These are going to be the only two apps today. On my personal stores, yeah, I have some more apps like emails, SMS. I have some upsells. Sometimes I use review apps as well. Since this is a bare bones setup, you don't always need a review app to test, but this is enough to launch your store and to validate profits. So here's Bucks Currency Converter. This app, go with the free plan. You don't even need to pay for it. That's the beauty. So to set this up, you're first going to come to HTML with currency. You're going to click copy. And then we just need to follow this step by step. So we're going to come to settings general here, and we just need to update the currency formatting. So under currency display, click these dots, change currency formatting, HTML with currency. We're going to delete the current one, paste the new one. Then we come here, HTML without currency. We copy that, return back here, HTML without currency, remove the current, paste the new one, save it. Now, whenever you install an app, you need to enable the app embed. So here there's a hyperlink, theme extension settings. Inside of here, very simply, look, here's Bucks. We can turn that on and click save. And whenever you install an app, you'll need to enable it. So on the left side, you have your sections, your settings, and then we have the app embeds. Also, for some reason, the product is still sold out. That shouldn't be it. So we'll fix this in just a moment. And now we can enable Bucks and the app is all good. So let's come to our advanced settings here. And we're going to first turn the app on. And then I would come to price rounding, come to round to decimal, 0.95. Essentially, it just helps our prices be congruent no matter what country they're from. Now, this app Bucks, I should have explained it, but if you view my store from not the USA, you'll see this in your default currency. Easy as. So I'll just add Australian dollars here. Otherwise, leave those defaults. Leave auto currency converter on, and then currency converter code, I will click with code. So turn that on. Design, change it to traditional flags, just a preference. And then under display, I do bottom left and I hide it on mobile. That way it only appears on the desktop. And you know how we just set up the general shipping rates? My bad, we need to set the shipping rates up under Auto DS. So you'll have two shipping rates here. What we did under general, we need to go do that once more under Auto DS specifically. My apologize, guys. I'm going to update these. I'll be right back. And then we can click the products and you'll see this has 0 in inventory, which is where the issue comes from. But if you come to inventory here, okay, so location, select Auto DS, uncheck your main one, click save. And then continue selling out of stock. You can just toggle that on and then click save. And now if we refresh our page, it should be available. Essentially, when you're shipping from China, they have unlimited inventory to some extent. So you don't need to stress that too much. What's most important though is you just went through those following settings. So my bad, a few extra steps, got a bit derailed. And then we're going to install the second app, Kaching Bundles now. And I think I got a discount code here. Let me see. Eclipse 20? Yeah, 20% off. Feel free to tap that in. Now we'll start our 7-day trial. And Kaching Bundles is a very straightforward app to install. So we're going to activate the app embed. Reminder, anytime you install a new app, you'll need to come here, turn the app on, save your theme. And now we can create our first bundle. So we're just going to go with this first option here. Choose this. And for the name, this doesn't matter. Just call this after your pen. So the Herbie pen. Bundle and save. We're going to say BOGO deal today only. We're going to have this only apply to the specific product that we're selling. We're going to hide the theme variant picker. This is important. Just trust, turn that on. And then price rounding. I'll also turn this on and have it end in 0.95. Another important thing. Scrolling down then, we want to come to countdown timer. We're going to enable this for midnight. And I'll typically choose just a soft yellow color for the background. And then scrolling down to the bundle itself. So this app just lets us create some nice tiered bundles. So in my case, we're doing the buy one, get one free. So that's what we're going to set up. I'm still going to have a buy one. It's kind of like a bait and switch, you'll see, where look, we have buy one here. Or what we can do is we can allow them to buy one, get one free. Wow, so much savings. And then we'll also give them free shipping on this one. And now the customer feels like they're getting some amazing value. They can buy one or they can buy one and get one free. It's the same exact thing. And I'll say this is the most popular offer. And then I have one more tier here as well. This is going to be a buy two, get two free. Also going to give them free shipping. And then again, this will be 50% off as well. And this one, actually, we're going to set at a fixed price. I'm going to give them $10 off. So if they get this one, they will save 15% off. So that's it for the bundles, essentially. Kaching is just by far one of the best apps. And you can get pretty advanced with it. You can add some free gifts as well. So Kaching is by far a game changer. These are really the only two apps you need. So let's come to our actual product page now. I'm going to pull this open. And the first thing you'll see is we have our bundles. And notice how the price is already here. Because of that, I'll usually hide the price. So under product info, I'll hide the baseline price so it's only in the bundles. So now we have our bundles set up where they can get the BOGO, buy two, get two free. We have our currency converter in the corner. There's one final setting we need to tweak, and that's when we add to cart, we have our cart drawer here. So if we come to theme settings, scroll all the way down to cart, by default, we have a custom cart drawer integrated into this theme. So find cart progress bar. And if you're giving free shipping on, let's say, over $40, you would put $40 here. In my case, everyone gets free shipping. I'm just going to put that to 0. That way, everyone sees free shipping here. And other than that, you should be good. You don't need to customize the cart too much. We have apps installed. So now this is where the fun begins. We can move onto the ad creatives and then get this campaign scheduled for tomorrow and see what data we can bring in. So it's now time for ads. We're going to cover the ad creative framework. We're going to cover how to test on TikTok, how to test on Meta, how to use AI to repurpose ad creatives, and everything else that is relevant. But real quick, before we touch on that, I want to send you guys to the Ecom Mafia Discord. So currently, I am in the middle of revamping my entire community. So we have a full course in the Discord. There's over 70 videos. You get the pre-built theme, additional prompts. There's a community of other store owners. We have weekly calls. We do weekly product drops where if you're watching this video this far, I know you are serious. So the link to the Ecom Mafia is in the description below. But here's the thing. I filmed the course there 2 years ago. It's still relevant, but with that in mind, I'm in the middle of revamping it for 2026, and I am going to increase the price when the revamp happens. So currently, it's $35 per month, but I'm hooking everyone up who watches this video with 20% off their first 3 months if you use code MAFIA20. So click the link in the description below. You've watched the video this far. You're clearly serious. It's time you had a community of other individuals with the same goal as you. And by committing to 3 months, you are giving yourself the highest edge to actually get some results with this business model. So links below, Mafia20, 20% off your first 3 months. Let's get on to ad creatives. So when it comes to ad creatives, all of my video ads follow a very simple framework. And we're going to discuss both video ads and image ads in today's video. It's a full encompassing overview, but all of my videos follow these same 5 steps. So it first starts with the hook. The hook is the very first thing the viewer sees. It's what all of their senses take in. It's both the visual, what they're looking at, the person, the environment, the text. It's what they're hearing, the audio, the text to speech. It's literally encompassing all of that at once. And with our ads, we want to call out the problem in the hook. So whatever problem our audience has, we want to point that out immediately within the first 2 seconds. From there, we want to introduce our product as the solution to whatever problem the customer had leading up until that point. So it's like call out problem introduce product as solution, and then to get them more interested, we have point 3 here, we start hitting some benefits. So we start covering all of the reasons somebody should actually purchase this product. And I'm going to skip over step 4 here. I'm going to return back to that. But at the very end, then step 5, we have a call to action, which just reminds them to click the link below, the shop now button, the learn more button, to get navigated from the ad onto our website. And most of the ads I'm running, they're between 20 to 60 seconds in length. And don't stress, we won't need to make custom ads here, pay influencers. We have a copy paste method to test, which is part of our arbitrage method. But step 4 then is urgency social proof. And this is a bit more optional. Some ads won't even have this, but between the end, so the call to action, and between the benefits, so in the middle of those, some ads you'll see will show some social proof. So other people's results, maybe it mentions the sale you have, limited units left in stock, maybe your guarantee, where it's just giving them a little more oomph, a little more confidence in what it is that you are selling. So guys, this is a bit of a gray area. But listen, we can easily test and validate our product with videos that are already out there. So I'm on the Meta Ads library now. I'm going to change the filters back to their active ads. And for TikTok, listen guys, I would just download these videos and repurpose them for your ads. And I'm going to unmute my desktop audio. But if we play this ad here, I don't even think they mentioned the competitor's brand name. So if I was to use this as an ad, nobody would know it was for Herbie Pen unless it was Herbie Pen themselves. So let's check this out.
It took me 20 years to finally put down cigarettes. Tried to quit cold turkey several times. Never had any luck with it whatsoever. And my husband found this little product here on the TikTok shop. And we bought 2 of them just to see if they would actually help us. It is a little herbal diffuser and it has mullein mint and
Well, real quick too, you heard her just say she got the product from TikTok shop. So I would almost guarantee you this competitor Herbie Pen was just doing the arbitrage method themselves. They just took the product from TikTok shop, moved it to Meta. But this is why the method's beautiful. I'm going to do it back to them. I'm going to take their product and just move it onto my store. But notice they haven't actually mentioned a brand name yet. Let's continue listening.
minute. The mullein will help clear your lungs of any junk that you have in it, and the thyme helps purify the air. Took 2 of these for me, and I'm cigarette free for 3 months. And if quitting smoking is on your agenda for 2025, I highly recommend this little product. And I know it's on a flash sale right now. Just
boom, calls it a little product. Now look, she's doing a little flash sale here.
sell it here this week. And they're low on stock, so don't miss your chance.
Oh, low on stock. But let's play it back. So look, in the beginning, she's going to call out the problem, introduce the product as the solution, and then half the middle of this video was just her explaining the benefits. Let's play it back once more.
It took me 20 years to finally put down cigarettes.
20 years, put down cigarettes, problem. 2 seconds, exactly.
Tried to quit cold turkey several times. Never had any luck with it whatsoever. And my husband
Couldn't quit cold turkey.
found this little product here on the TikTok
My husband found this little product, solution.
shop, and we bought 2 of them just to see
Bought 2 of them, encouraging the customer to buy 2 or more, in line with the BOGO sale.
if they would actually help us. It is a
And then, it just talked about the benefits. And all the video ads here are the same format. I'll play one more for you guys, just so you get a gist.
when you've smoked for 20 years and you have tried just about everything, and you even tried quitting cold turkey a couple of
So boom, there's the problem. I guarantee you all the ads follow the same format. And given they're referencing TikTok shop and they're running Meta ads, I can almost guarantee you if we were to just search this product up over on TikTok shop, we would find the same videos this person is using in their ads. So here's what I want to say with the arbitrage method. It works it works best when you take a product from one platform to another. So these videos here are video ads. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to right click this video and save it. And if you can't save the video, remember that Chrome extension we downloaded earlier, the right click extension. We can now right click this video and just save it to our computer. And I have a few videos saved already here just from their ad library, but I saved 5 videos. And again, I don't even think this person made these videos themselves, So it's not like I'm infringing on a proper brand. What's most important, videos you're repurposing shouldn't have another brand's logo or watermark. And we're only using these videos to test. Once you test and get profits, then we can go get custom content after the fact. And I'll also add this, since this competitor is on Meta, I don't typically repost videos from Meta onto Meta, but I will move these videos from Meta onto TikTok, the arbitrage strategy. And last video, we did it reverse, where we went from TikTok over to Meta. Again, it's the same exact arbitrage strategy. So what I did is I downloaded 5 videos from here. I'm going to launch these over on TikTok. I'll show you the exact campaign. But for Meta, I'm going to launch with some image ads, some static ads, because we can see this competitor, like they have 2 images here. If I scroll down, they have some more images here. And images scale great on Meta. And as I mentioned, I don't like to take a competitor's videos from Meta and launch on Meta. It's better to move from one platform to another. Now, remember how I ripped their product images? Well, if they have image ads, you know what you can do? You guessed it, you can start to revamp them. So look, competitor's image ad, boom, I changed the product name, changed the offer, changed all the text and the colors. Now I got my own version. Another version, boom, they got the lunks here, easy, I'll launch my own. I changed the text, I have a different infographic, different name, different everything. Boom, I can launch that. Another example, this is a review photo. I flipped it horizontally. I can even change the colors more, change the packaging, but bottom line, the reviews are different, the text is different, the layout's different. The competitor can't flag these down. It's not their content, you know? And I've done that for all of these. And I need to update this product here. It looks a bit like a vape on the left side. I can't run this as an ad. But my point is, listen, I have 3 images here. I'm going to launch all 3 of these images on Meta, and then I downloaded 5 videos. I'm going to launch those videos over on TikTok. So this is the overview of the testing campaign. We're going to do a $50 CBO, and it's the same for Meta and TikTok. We're going to have 1 ad group or ad set, and inside of here, you need at least 3 ad creatives. So if it's TikTok, 3 videos. If it's Meta, you need a mixture of videos and or photos. And optional, you can have up to 4 to 5. 3 is the bare minimum, 4 to 5 is the maximum. So here's the game plan. I'm going to show you how to launch TikTok ads. I'm going to show you how to launch Meta ads. And we're going to put our arbitrage strategy to the test to see how it pays off. There's a saying, it goes, good artist copy, great artist steal. And that's exactly what the arbitrage strategy is all about. Okay, so we're first going to set up the TikTok ads campaign. If you don't care about TikTok, feel free to skip ahead to the Meta part. But we want to come to apps, but we want to come to apps, come to the Shopify App Store. And for TikTok, we're going to need the TikTok app directly. So search it up, install it. It's a free app. We'll be good to go. Now, inside of here, we just want to hit Grow Business with TikTok Ads. Click Set Up Now. At this point, we can connect our current TikTok business manager. So I'm just going to click connect right here. And I got to give a fat disclaimer, because if you don't already have a TikTok ad account set up, please click the free resource doc down below. They are always doing some special cashback offers. So with this current offer, if you spend $200, they give you $200 back. You spend $400, they give you $400 back. You spend $600, they give you $600 back. It goes all the way up to, like, if you spend $10,000, they give you $6,000 back. So please use my link below. If you're going to run ads on TikTok, you might as well get free money back if you take a loss. It's a no-brainer. But otherwise, let's continue through the setup. Here we have our ad account. Just click connect. And if you don't have anything here, then click create new. I already have one. I'll click connect. Ads manager, same thing. Click connect. If you don't have one, click create new. But make sure you sign up for your ad account with the link on the resource page below before you go through this process. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on the ad credits. And then right here, we can select our pixel. If you don't have one, click create new. We can confirm. And just like that, the TikTok app should be all set up on our store. Now you can ignore start selling on TikTok, this bottom one. This is for TikTok shop. So TikTok shop, ignore this one. You only need the TikTok ads one. So now we can go to ads.tiktok.com, and this is where we can launch our first campaign. So we'll click get started. And before we do this, man, there's a few steps here. Go to TikTok and you need to create a new profile. Don't sign into your personal one. I recommend you create a random profile. Just name it like this. Name it like Jessica, some random name, put a random picture of a person, and just make it look like a real person. And then we're going to run ads from this page. That way it appears a little more authentic. But don't overthink it. Just go to Pinterest, save a photo of some girl, name the username after her. Boom, you're good. And now once you're on TikTok, you want to come to your ads manager here. So just select that, and you should already have this created from the TikTok app setup. On here, then you want to select campaigns up top. And now this is where it gets simple. So we're going to create this campaign. I'm going to go a bit quick. Again, I have a full breakdown in my community, in the Discord, and over on the main YouTube channel. So I'm sorry. I know the video is long enough, but I've been recording like 3 hours today. I want to take a break. So we're going to go with sales here. Destination, we want to go for website. Scroll down, disable catalog. We're going to name this after our product. So we're going to call this the herbal pen, call this test. We're going to go with a campaign budget. And TikTok did a new update. In the past, you had to do a $50 budget. Now they allow you to do at least $20, but $50 is perfectly good. And now we can continue forward. On here, this is our ad group. So just call this all creatives. And my caps lock got stuck. All creatives. We want to send traffic to our website. And for our pixel here, you want to select purchase. However, if for some reason you don't have the purchase option unlocked and it's grayed out and it's blocked and you can't select it, don't stress. Come to your products. We want to add a new product, and we're just going to call this test free. And we are going to disable inventory, disable physical product, keep the price at 0. And we're just going to buy a free item from ourselves to activate the purchase event. So we're going to click view here. And very important, don't buy just yet. You want to copy the URL. You want to go to an incognito browser and buy from yourself on an incognito browser. It's very important. Has to be done this way. It's a free product. It's a digital product. You'll just be able to purchase it. And once you buy from yourself on an incognito browser, wait anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, and then you'll be able to run your campaign for purchases. If you did that, just have patience. You'll be good. Scrolling down then to budget schedule, I'm going to launch these ads usually. So, hey guys, best practice is go midnight the next day. So do 00 midnight the next day. Currently though, like guys, it's 12 o'clock as I'm filming this video. It's the afternoon. I kind of want to get results quick. I don't want to spend too much time. I'm just going to have these ads go live right now for 12:30. So 10 minutes from now, boom, I'm going to cook these up. But hey, best practice, schedule your ads for tomorrow. I have some money. If this flops, doesn't bother me. It's $50 for you. Schedule it tomorrow. Give it the full 24 hours. Choose your time zone here too. Pretty important. And then for the audience on TikTok, and pay attention, Meta, different targeting than TikTok. TikTok only lets you sell to where you live. So like I can't sell to the United Kingdom on TikTok. You know, it doesn't give me that option. But if you're in the UK, you won't be able to sell to the USA. So if you're in North America, or if you have a USA TikTok account, sell to US will be good. 18 plus is nice. You can do both genders, 18 plus. And then for placements, I would do TikTok only. So uncheck Lemonade. They try to squeeze you in right there. And then also disable comments, downloading, and sharing. The issue is you'll get some morons. They'll comment, I never received it. And it can be your first day of ads. Like they never bought from you, but they leave stupid comments. And then other customers don't buy from some other moron. Now, this is where we actually upload our ad creative. So we're going to hit switch to manual setup. And for the ad creative name, just call this creative 1 because this will be our video number 1. And the first thing we need to do is upload our product page URL. So come to our store, come to the products, and here's our herbal purifier. Just click the eyeball here. It'll pull open your product page. And if your URL is like super damn long, we can clean that up first. So let's click the product. We're going to come all the way down, search engine listing, and we can just delete that long title, click save, and it'll shorten it up. And now if we come back up, let's view our product page. We should have a shorter URL. Easy. So let's paste the URL into TikTok. Very nice. And now we can upload our ad creatives. So you want to come to add existing, upload. And now this is where you can upload the videos we downloaded from the ads manager. And hey guys, this is a gray area, but this is the thing. The person I rip these videos from, they rip the videos from TikTok Shop. So it's like, dude, these ads, yeah, I took it from one competitor, but I don't even think they made these videos in the first place. They were just monetizing them better than the other people. And unfortunately, you see I need to fix the resolution here. There's 2 quick ways to do this. You can do it in TikTok's editor, but that shit is a little slow. So the faster way is to just do this through CapCut. Let me open up CapCut. Okay, so here's our 5 videos in CapCut. Look, I'm just gonna add it to the timeline, and all we need to do is export this out again in 1080p. It's a pain in the ass, you bastards, but it must be done. And thankfully, it takes like half a second to export. A lot of this stuff too, guys, like look how quick I can do this. Sometimes tasks are just daunting in your head where it's like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to start. You know, I'm looking on my phone. I got shit going on. But realistically, look, I am exporting all 5 of these ads within like 30 seconds, within just a few seconds. And now we can come back to upload again and we can take our 5 new videos. And listen, I don't care if you're gonna go complain in the comments, Anthony, bro, you didn't make those videos. Listen, if you're broke, the world's already against you. If you go rip 5 TikToks and throw it in an ad campaign, I don't think you're gonna be judged inherently bad for that. I think it's relatively minuscule. And if you can get profits, then you can go back, get custom content then. But at least you didn't waste the time or resources and custom content up front, because then you would have wasted more time and money to not even get profits in the first place. So just keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. So here's ad 1. We're going to upload that here. And I'm just going to copy this section here, breathe easier within weeks naturally. And we're just going to paste that onto our TikTok. So this is only creative 1. But what we want to do is duplicate this, and we're going to do 4 more copies. So with a $50 budget, 3 to 5 ads is a good amount. If you did a $100 budget, then I'd say 5 to 10 ads is a little more justified. But with each of these, we just need to update the creative. So notice on the left side here, all of these say creative 1. So we just need to update it accordingly. So this is creative 2. We can scroll down, and we just need to swap out the video. So we find creative number 2. Confirm. Now next we have creative 3, and it's the same thing. We scroll down and we need to swap this out with creative number 3. Creative 4, update the video, and then we have creative 5 as well. So this is it for our 5 TikTok ads. I'm going to publish this campaign right now. It's going to start spending probably within 1 to 2 hours. So here's our campaign. We got the $50 budget. If we click inside of here, we have the ad group. So this was targeting the USA, 18 plus, TikTok only. We scheduled the time. And inside of here are the 5 ad creatives, and these are currently in review. So again, I'm just gonna let these sit here, do their thing. I'm gonna let it sit for 48 hours. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna go launch our meta ads campaign, and hopefully we can get that scheduled and ready to go. So for meta ads, we want to return back to the Shopify App Store. And this time we want to install the Facebook app. This is also free, just like the TikTok app. So get it installed on your store. Facebook does have a few more steps, unfortunately. So I'll need to work with what I have available here. Okay, so we're inside the Facebook app. We're going to click on Get Started here. And it's very similar to the TikTok setup. We just want to keep on clicking next. So first, we need to connect our Facebook profile. And I will say, if you have been banned in the past, very simply, go talk to a family member, a parent, a sibling, a cousin, aunt, uncle, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is. Let them use your account for ads. Now for the business assets, here we can create a new page for our store. So what I recommend you do is go to facebook.com. You want to come to see more here, and you want to scroll down until you see pages, and you want to create a new page for your store. Now, I got to be honest, guys. I have created so many pages on this profile. Facebook doesn't let me create anymore. I need to go pay my plug like 30, 50 bucks every time I want a page, those bastards. But what I recommend, you name your page directly after your store. This is a backup page I have that we're going to run the ads off of, Luke's Curations. This should be fine for now. But just realize, create a page directly on Facebook, add your profile picture, And then you'll be able to link that page in your settings. And I have an error here because, again, I bought this page from a plug. So I just messaged them, but I should get this added momentarily to my store. Continuing on to data sharing. So just choose maximum, save that, get all the data you can. And then here you'll need to select a pixel. So if you've never made a pixel before, you can create a new pixel at the bottom. However, you can reuse pixels. It's not always the end of the world. And then for business details, just click save, agree to the terms of service, submit this for review. You're going to be good. Now give this like 20, 30 seconds. It's going to finalize your shop. And then we're good to go configure our settings on Facebook and then go launch our campaign. There is a little more layers compared to TikTok, but it is worth it, definitely. So it's been 4.5 hours just about since I started preparing for today's video. So I had to go get some slides prepared. I had to do some stuff beforehand. But my point is, if you just started watching this video with no experience, within 4 hours, you can have a product, a store built, a product page, and you can be on your way to launch ads, which is pretty crazy. So the Facebook app is officially installed. And real quick, make sure you guys uploaded your profile picture to your Facebook page. If you follow directions earlier, you should have saved a profile picture ahead of time when we made the logo. So just upload that here. Now we want to go to business.facebook.com, and there's a few quick steps we need to do before we can launch our campaign. So on here, I want you to click your ads manager and come to your campaigns. This will pull open our ad account. Now you want to come up top here, select this dropdown, and you may need to select your business manager, and then you may need to select your specific ad account that you created during the Facebook app installation. So here's my ad account, and if you ever need help redirecting back to here, you just click these 3 lines for all tools, select your ads manager, and then again, you choose your proper ad account from the dropdown. Before we schedule though, we need to come to the settings gear and open our business manager settings. And I think there's 3 quick things we need to do. Under accounts, click pages. And you want to add your page you just created. So we can type in Luke's Curations. We'll see our page here. We click that. We should be able to click next and then scroll down, agree to the terms, add the page. Of course, you got to verify 2FA, bastards. There we go. Okay. Page is added to our Meta account. And what you'll want to do is come to assign access, select your profile from the left sidebar. In fact, you can just select all here, select everything, scroll down and just give full everything permissions. And I want you to click assign. From there, come back to accounts, come to add accounts, and you will see the ad account you just created here. So select your ad account and you want to come to assign access. Again, select all and just give full permissions here and click assign. What we're doing is giving ourselves access to the page and then access to the ad account. And there's one more option under data sets. You want to come to data sets in pixels, and you should see the pixel that you attach to your store during the Facebook app installation. So select your pixel here, and just like last time, you want to come to people, assign access, select all, and you want to give full permissions, click assign, and then also come to connected assets, connect asset, other business assets, and you want to find your ad account and then add that to the pixel. It's quite a bit of steps, but it is necessary. And there's one last thing we can do under brand safety. We can click domains and actually validate our domain. This isn't needed, but it's so simple, you might as well just do it. So click add domain. We're going to create a domain. We're going to paste our domain in here, click add. And you'll notice it says not verified. So they're going to give us some quick code. All we need to do is go paste this in our stores directory. So we're going to copy this code right here. You see this line of code, copy that. On Shopify, return to online store. You want to click these 3 dots and then you want to click edit code. Inside of here, we want to come to, I believe it's layout, theme liquid, right inside a head here, tab down, paste that, click save, just click save a few times, boom, boom, boom. And then on Meta, we should be able to verify the domain. You may need to click it a few times, by the way. Just click it like 3-4 times. Boom, now it's verified. With that done, we can go schedule the campaign. So click all tools from the left sidebar, come back to the ads manager. From here, we want to create our campaign. And one more time, make sure you are on the correct ad account. You may need to select that up here, but click create. We're going to go for a sales campaign. We want purchases back on our website. And again, I'm going to go quick. I have a full setup in the Discord and also on the other YouTube channel. So I don't want to be a broken record, but I at least want to take you through it. So this is going to be our herbal pen test. We can scroll down, campaign budget, throw this to $50, just like TikTok. So tomorrow I'm spending $50 on TikTok plus $50 on Meta, and I'm gonna let both these run for 2 days. So we're gonna click next here. Now this is our ad set. So we can call this all creatives. It is literally the same exact setup we did on TikTok, just over on Meta. And for the conversion location, you wanna go to a single event and just choose website. For the data set, here you wanna select your pixel, and then for the conversion event, you wanna go for purchases. And it's okay if it's grayed out on Meta, you should still be able to select it. Scroll down then a bit more. For the schedule, again, you should schedule your ads for midnight the next day, but I'm trying to bang this video out pretty quick. I'm a little slammed on time, so I'm just gonna have these ads go live over the next 10 minutes or so. Should be perfectly fine. From here, we have the countries. This is different than TikTok. Reminder, with TikTok, you're limited to where you can sell. If you're in the UK, you can't sell USA. If you're USA, you can't sell UK. But Meta, we can sell wherever. So I would recommend you sell to the United Kingdom, sell to the United States. We're gonna remove Turkey here. We're gonna add Canada, which I kind of misspelled that there. We're going to add Canada. And then we're also going to add Australia. And this is what they call the big 4 countries because it's the main 4 English-speaking countries of the world. Scroll down then. You can scroll past all of this. Not really important. And don't check this, by the way. Like some people freak out. Do I need to check this? You're not selling like credit repair, financing, other bullshit. You're good. Click on next. Now this is where we update our creatives. So again, we'll call this Creative 1. Here we'll select our Facebook page, Luke's Creations, and you don't need an Instagram account or a Threads profile. You can just hit use Facebook page for both of those and you'll be perfectly fine. For ad setup then, we want to do a manual setup here. Uncheck multi-advertisement ads. We don't want our ads alongside anyone else. For destination website, here we need our product page. So we'll select our product again, copy the URL up top, can paste that in there. And then underneath personalized destinations, click edit here. Sometimes Meta turns these on. Disable all of these. There was a big glitch like a month ago. You wouldn't be able to publish your ads, and it was telling you it was because you needed an Instagram account, but in reality, it was from these personalization destinations. So just disable those. They can be a pain in the ass. Now for our creatives here, what I'm gonna do is we are going to launch 3 images and 2 videos. So for this promotions, make sure this is off. Branding, make sure this is off. Site links, we want to disable this, turn that off. And then products here, we're gonna disable our product catalog as well. Just turn all of those off, make your life easy. Now this is our media here. So we're gonna upload, for some reason, it is very slow today. They're image ads, they should go pretty instant, but that's okay. Hurry up. Okay, all 3 images are uploaded. Here's image 1. We're going to move on to next. Skip past the cropping. For the text, we actually need to go generate some text here. So on Claude, I'm just going to say, generate me Facebook ad, primary text, headline, description. Use Ada framework, simple, grade 5 reading level, active direct language. Boom, send that into Claude. This will spit out the text for us. Then we can go schedule. And this should be decent. Let's see. Your lungs are still holding onto the years of tar and buildup. Even if you quit, most people try patches, gum, willpower, relapse. Pure air does. I just need to update this to our product name. We got social proof. We got benefits. You keep your ritual. You lose your poison. That's decent. Can you just add 1 sentence at the bottom? Like click shop now to get yours. Also, don't just say pure air. Call it the full product name. Thank you. So again, you can talk a lot faster than you can type. Please implement that into your business, guys. So we're just going to copy all this text here, paste it in. We got to split it up a little bit. Okay, primary text is done. Don't worry about the suggestions. Headline, I'm just going to say breathe easy, quit for good. I like that. Sounds nice. I just took it from right here. And then for the description, you can just say like 100,000 plus happy customers. And I'm going to go to Emojipedia actually. Let me just get a leaf icon. Sometimes I'll do like a smiley face here, but I think a leaf will be good. Little leaf. What just happened? My shit crashed. It's like I have a meeting in 10 minutes, so I'm trying to get this campaign scheduled in time. But come on, bro. Of course, the classic meta authentication. Let's go through it. This is a raw course. This type of BS happens all the time, you know? Okay, they're going to send me an email code. Let's go pull that up. Okay, thank you. We are back to running our ads. Again, you get these curveballs every now and then, which kind of suck, but hey, it does happen. Also, you can disable any enhancements if it asks you. So just click through these. And now finally, we have our first ad uploaded. My meta crashed like 2 times. That's not normal. It usually doesn't do that. But every now and then when you record, you run into some BS. Let's finalize this though. We need to create 4 more duplicates. So I'm doing 3 image ads, plus I am doing 2 video ads. So we'll update the name, creative 2, scroll down, edit the media. And now we select image 2 and we can publish that. Then we come to the next creative 3. We can edit this media too. So edit that, boom, just keep clicking next, get it published. Okay, and now we have the last 2. So we have creative number 4. And this time, we need to add a video. So I'm just going to take 2 of the videos we are running on TikTok, and I'm going to upload these directly into Meta. Okay, video 1. Oh, please upload faster. Something's going on with Meta today. It's a little slow. No worries, though. Okay, so these last 2 ads are taking a super long time to upload. I have a team meeting in 2 minutes, so I need to wrap up this recording here. But once I'm done with that meeting, these ads should be uploaded. I'm going to publish this entire campaign on Meta. All you got to do is click review and publish. Should be able to get this set up. And then again, I'm going to let Meta and TikTok both go 48 hours, go 2 full days at the $50 budgets each. And then I will check back in with you guys 2 days from now to review the results and to figure out what the best next steps are. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our day 0 setup. I hope you guys got some value. Reminder, all relevant links down below. And with that said, I will catch you guys shortly. Guys, it has been 48 hours since we last checked in. And let me just tell you, we have a lot of information to break down. So let's get right into it. Today, we are currently up to 5 orders for $202 overall revenue. And then yesterday, we hit 4 orders for $167 revenue. I know that sounds impressive, like both days combined, we're up to $370. But also remember, we have spent $50 on Meta, $50 on TikTok, and we've ran those ads for 2 days each. So we have spent $200 up until this point. So we're first going to start off with the TikTok ads because that's what we launched first yesterday. I'm going to explain how to read the data step by step. Then we'll head on over to Meta ads. We're going to make some changes and I'm going to let this campaign continue to cook up. So anytime you want to first analyze your ads, return back to the ads manager and you want to analyze from the ad view where it shows all of our ad creative. So you can see there's the campaign view, the ad group, but we want to see how much each ad has spent individually. From there, you want to come to the date range and you want to make sure you have the proper days selected. So we have both yesterday plus today selected for our ads. And the next thing you will need are the custom columns. And there will be separate columns for Meta. I'll demonstrate those when we get there. But essentially, I want you to copy these 13 columns exactly as you see them here in the exact same order. And be careful because like when you get to purchase, for example, I'll type it in, purchase, there are a few, I spelled that wrong. There are a few purchases. So there's website purchase, there's app purchase, there's TikTok purchase. So make sure you have the website one. And you can see that in my parentheses right there. It says website, website. So get this copied exactly, save it as a new preset. You can call it easy overview and then click confirm. Now, you're going to see your data look something like this. And before you even hop onto the ads manager, I would realistically let this marinate for 48 hours, so 2 full days. And the first column you'll see here is our cost. And this is how much each ad has got a chance to spend. So I have broken down reading data into 5 simple steps. And the first step is you want to check if you're profitable or not, as simple as that is. So reminder, our break-even point from yesterday is $25. We're selling one for $34, about $10 to fulfill, meaning our break-even, meaning we need to get purchases less than this amount to profit. In short, that's the easiest way to understand your ads. So when we hop back over here, let's look at ad 1 here. This has spent $54 in total. And if we follow my mouse down, this has 4 purchases where every $13 it is spending, it is getting 1 purchase back on our store. And since this amount is less than our break-even point, technically Creative 1 here is profitable. And you can even look at the campaign level. So look, we spent $100 overall on TikTok, got 5 purchases back between yesterday and today, where every $20 we are spending, we are getting a purchase back. This is less than our break-even point. Therefore, our TikTok ads are technically profitable. So you want to look at the campaign level as a whole. That's important. But also, since we're testing, not every ad will be profitable. So let's break these down. Ad 1 here, we already mentioned, is getting purchases within our break-even point. Ad 2 then, look, this only spent 71 cents. So it hasn't even spent enough money yet for us to justify if it's a winner or not. So we can leave it there. Ad 3 then, this has spent $14 and actually has 1 purchase already, which is good. So this is less than break-even point. We can let it run. Ad 4 then, this has spent $12. Doesn't have any purchases yet. Okay, what do? Do we leave it running? Do we kill it? I'm going to walk you through that. And then we have ad 5 here at the bottom. This has spent 17, has 3 add to carts, but has no purchases. So the first thing you want to do is just check how much each ad has spent and then see if it's profitable or not. And this takes us to step number 2. If you're not getting profitable sales on an ad, then why? So if you're not getting sales, I like to check, am I at least getting add to carts? And I like to see add to carts for 1/3 my break-even point. So if $25 is our break-even point divided by 3, I want to see add to carts every $8 at bare minimum. If we're seeing add to carts within that range, we know there's some buying intent. You know, it's not a total flop. So when we look at this ad here, it has spent $12 for 2 add to carts. So every $6 it is spending, it's getting 1 add to cart back. That is technically within our range. And because it hasn't spent to our break-even point yet, we should let that spend a little more money. The next ad here, then ad 5, is spent $17 for 3 add to carts. So every $6 it's spending, it's getting 1 add to cart back in return. And honestly, we're just going to disable this bottom ad now. For the main reason, listen, this is pushing our break-even point. It's getting there pretty close. And you compare, this ad to this one, they've spent a similar amount, but this ad has more add to carts, has a purchase, is getting more clicks. So I'm just not going to let Meta spend more money on this, not let TikTok spend more money on this. And as a byproduct, it'll be forced to spend our money on those other ads. So if you're getting add to carts within range, just let your ad continue spending until the break-even point. If it doesn't get a purchase there, I would then turn it off. But another question to ask is, well, what if I wasn't getting add to carts at all? In my case, my ads are getting some buying intent, but what if you're not getting any traction back? And that's when I would check your cost per click. So I would aim to keep your cost per click less than $1, and then your click-through rate can be 1 to 4%. So what does that mean? So our cost per click is what we're spending to get 1 click back on our store. And the only metric that ultimately matters is, reminder, our cost per purchase, getting purchases within the break-even point. But if we're not getting purchases, then I check, the add to carts. And if we're not getting good add to carts, well, that is where the clicks come in. Because if our cost per click is really high or our click-through rate is really low, then that might be why we're not getting add to carts. Maybe our ads just suck. And vice versa, if you're getting a lot of clicks, but maybe they're just not adding to cart, maybe your ads are good and maybe you just need a new offer. So you really want to analyze the data and see what the F you're looking for. So let your ads go for ideally 2 days, 2 to 3 days for the testing campaign. And once you're negative, 100 to 200 bucks, I would cut the product and move on. So you take your revenue minus ad spend minus fulfillment cost, boom, when you're negative 200 bucks, I would cut the product and move on. So until then, reminder, if you have bad clicks, you just need new ads. If you're not getting add to carts, you just need a new offer. And if you're breaking even, maybe you spent 20, maybe you spent 25, got one purchase back and you can't get profits, then maybe consider giving free shipping if you're currently charging $5 for shipping, as simple as that sounds. So my biggest piece of advice to you guys is let your ads go for 2 to 3 days. Let them marinate, let them cook up. If you're losing money, cut them. Until then, we know what to look for. We need healthy purchases, add to carts, and healthy click intent. And we do have a step 5 here for scaling. But before we get to that, I want to take you on over to the meta side of things, show you the metrics there. We'll hop into the profit loss, and then I'll cover the next steps for tomorrow. So guys, I'm getting screwed over by Meta. For some reason, the ads manager just isn't loading. I've been here for like 10, 15 minutes. It's pretty late. I want to go to bed shortly, so I'm going to sit here a little more. Hopefully we can get it to refresh, and then we'll be well on our way. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry. I've been waiting here for like 20 to 30 minutes. My Meta ads just will not load. This ad account, not loading. I have another tab open. It's not loading. I'm going crazy. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So listen, I'm sorry. This check-in isn't going as planned. However, there is some good news, and at least I prepared a little profit loss beforehand. So up top, we have our TikTok profits, where day 1, we got 2 orders for about $70, and that was TikTok alone. And then day 2 from TikTok, we generated about $132. So day 1 of TikTok here, we lost $2. And then the second day of our TikTok ads, which is today, we essentially made $43. So with TikTok, we are up $40 at the moment, which is a pretty good start. And I'm going to go over how we're going to scale those ads in just a minute. And for Meta, I have the data here, but again, I just can't load my ads manager at the moment. So the next time we check in, I'll circle back around. But with Meta, we got 2 orders yesterday, 2 orders today. We made $20 yesterday. We basically broke even today. And that's because some customers may buy like 2 or more, your upsell. Some of them may just buy the baseline offer. But with Meta, we've made $17. So it's not crazy profit, but also we're not losing money over there. So with both platforms combined, currently I'm up to $58, and I'm just tracking this on a Google sheet. But I've also got True Profit installed on our store. When I was waiting for Meta, I got this installed. This app essentially gives you a full breakdown on where you're at. So again, 9 purchases, 370 rev after all expenses. So 100 Meta, 100 TikTok, fulfilling orders. We have made $51 in pure net profit. And 13% margins, like that's laughable. But considering we're 2 days in and we're not losing money, that right there is a huge benefit. Now, to get into scaling, here's going to be our plan moving forward. So essentially, run your ads on 2 to 3 day windows. So every 48 to 72 hours, hop on and check what's up. And to start, if you are profitable, you can bump your budget. So you can go from 50 bucks a day to 100 a day, then 2 days later go to 250 a day, 2 days later 500 a day, 2 days later 1,000 bucks a day. This is a steady way to increase your budget as you have profits without getting over leveraged and without spending too much money. And I will say scaling is a bit different depending if you're running TikTok or Meta. So I have Meta first here, but I ran into some issues. So we're going to hit TikTok scaling first. To scale on TikTok, you have a few options. You can duplicate your campaign. So if you have 1 campaign running, boom, create 2 more copies, have 3. On top of that, though, if we had 50 bucks a day on this current campaign, we can start to increase the budget to 100 bucks a day. Again, go 2 more days, bump it to 250. With TikTok, it's a lot more aggressive, where we're making duplicates, we're surf scaling if you've heard of that. Where with Meta, we typically keep just 1 campaign on the back end, and it's a lot more simple, essentially. So for TikTok, here's our plan for the next 48 hours. I'm just going to bump the budget from $50 to $100 per day. And keep in mind, we did disable that 1 ad that was losing us money. So now TikTok has a little more firepower to spend on what was already working for us in the first place. And Meta seems to be loading. It is still very, very slow and it's showing my wrong ad accounts. So again, I'm going to try and show you the Meta ads today, but I am having a handful of issues. Of course, whenever I record, boom, you get slapped in the face. It happens, but also it's good for you to see like not everything goes according to plan. It's just part of the game. Okay, so we can finally hop into the meta ads. It has been like an hour since I've been trying to get this to load, but thank God it has finally loaded. And to kick it off, let's restart everything from the top. So just like TikTok, you guys need to get the correct columns. So these are the same columns I use. Follow my mouse and copy these in the exact order. And notice how none of these are checked. So make sure you have it set up the same way, and then you can save that as a preset. Additionally, have the correct date range selected. So my ads have been on 2 days, yesterday, today. That's the window I'm looking at. Now, remember the same 5 steps we looked at for TikTok. First and foremost, we want to look at our cost per purchase. So this first ad here has spent $14, no purchases yet. However, we are getting add to carts within range, so we can justify leaving this ad a bit more. Realistically, you want to let every ad spend until your break-even point, unless you're not getting any add to carts or if the clicks are totally garbage. So we're going to let Creative 1 here spend just a little bit more. It's only spent 14 bucks so far. Creative 2 then has spent $16, has 1 purchase. So this is profitable. It's within the range. So that's good. We can let it continue forward. Creative 3 then has spent $62 and has got 3 purchases. So every $20 it is spending, it is getting 1 purchase back. AKA, this is still profitable. And one thing I want to stress, when an ad has more than 1 purchase, so 2 purchases, 3 purchases, 4 purchases, and it maintains profitability, that provides some consistency, and you should have some faith in letting that spend more. Whereas if an ad only has 1 purchase, like, hey, that's a start, but it's not until you get 3+ purchases all profitable that it really validates some profitability. From here, ad 4 has only spent $4. It's still quite early, a bit too soon to turn it off. And then ad 5 too has only spent $1, so also a bit too soon to turn it off. So with your first 48 hours, realistically, you're just checking your cost per purchase. And at the campaign level, we have spent $100 and we have got 4 purchases back. So our current cost per purchase for Meta is every $25 we spend, we get a purchase back. AKA, we're literally just about breaking even. With that in mind, I'm going to leave all 5 of these running 2 more days. I'm not going to turn anything off, mainly because our data is good. Like, these 2 ads aren't losing money, and then our other 3 ads haven't spent enough money yet where I can justify turning those off with the current ad spend. And keep in mind, since Meta technically made us money, we didn't lose money yesterday, we're going to bump the budget here as well. So we spent 50 days 1 and 2. I'm going to take this to 100 for days 3 and 4. We did the same thing as TikTok, where as long as you're making money and not losing money, you shouldn't be afraid to spend more money on ads. Again, scared money doesn't make money. So when you have some consistency coming in, don't be afraid to spend some more. But ladies, gentlemen, that is it for our days 1 and 2 recap. I ran into a handful of issues today, but this is a raw course for a reason, so I'm going to leave it all in here. With that in mind, I'm going to let Meta and TikTok cook for 2 more days, 48 more hours, and then I'll check back in to see how our campaigns have performed at our $100 budget. So we are back. It has been 2 full days since we last checked in, and we have a lot of data to review yet again. So we're going to get straight into it. Today, we pulled in 10 orders, $449 overall revenue. This was our biggest day yet. And then yesterday, we also pulled in 10 orders for $424 revenue. So just a little bit shorter than today. And let me show you both days combined. So yesterday plus today, days 3 plus day 4, we are at 20 orders for $874 overall sales. And I know that sounds impressive, but reminder, we spent 100 on TikTok yesterday and another 100 today. And then we also spent 2 more 100 over on Meta. So the sales look exciting, but we have also spent quite a ton to get to this point. But real quick, the link to work one-on-one with me is in the description and pinned comment down below. If you watched the video this far, I know you're clearly serious about e-commerce, and realize if you're just starting today, level 1, I know this stuff looks easy, but in reality, you may have to test 10, 20, 30 products just to get a winner. You will spend thousands of dollars in the process and months of your time. So to cut out the guesswork, if you want to have me there in your corner every single day, guiding you through what exactly to do, then click the first link in the description and pin comment down below. If you think this free YouTube video is good value, just wait until you join the program and talk with me on the inside. Okay, so we're first gonna hop into our TikTok ads manager, and just like last time, you need to get the correct column set up, but additionally, make sure you have the correct date range selected. So I have both yesterday and today, which is days 3 and 4. Now, when you are in the middle of optimizing and working your way towards scaling, so after the testing phase, the only thing that really matters is your cost per purchase. So at this point, any ad that has a purchase less than our break-even point, we should continue letting those spend. So in this case, ads 4, 3, and 1 all have profitable purchases. There's nothing wrong with those. They just need to keep on spending, as simple as that sounds. Then reminder, on the last check-in, we disabled Creative 5 because it didn't have as much promise compared to the other ads. And that just leaves us with Creative 2 here, where this has spent $14, has 0 purchases back. So reminder, if something isn't getting purchases within range, then we want to check the add to carts. So this ad is getting add to carts every $5, a little less than that. So it is healthy, it is within the range. However, considering we're 4 days in, it still doesn't have a sale. But additionally, if you look at the cost per click, it's nearly double what the clicks are on these other ads. So with that in mind, I'm going to disable Creative 2 right now as well. That way, TikTok will be forced to allocate our funds on these other ads. And looking at the specific profits from TikTok, yesterday we spent 100, got 5 orders back. So we made about $200 revenue. And then today we hit 7 orders, a little over $300 revenue. But again, we spent 100 on ads each day. We had to fulfill those orders. There's some transaction fees from Shopify. So after days 3 and 4 combined, we made about $150 from TikTok. And with all 4 of TikTok days combined, we have spent $300, made $722 back from TikTok. Then that's when we can proceed forward with scaling. So reminder, every 2 to 3 days that you have profits, you can then double the budget. So we ran this days 1 and 2, bumped it up, days 3 and 4. Now we're going to bump it again and go to days 5 and 6. And keep in mind, each time we check in, we are trimming the fat, aka disabling ads that aren't profitable. So as we bump the budget, TikTok is going to funnel more money on the ads that have already been winning. And with TikTok, bumping the budget is only one way to scale. To give you some more context, I'm not doing a full scaling guide in this video. I have that in the community and in the one-on-one. But at this point, we can start making duplicates. I can literally make 9 dupes of this campaign tomorrow, start them all off at $50 to $100, and we can probably print a couple grand tomorrow. But also, we only have 3 ads still active, so those ads will burn out. Eventually, we'll need to get some new ads. So you want to find a system to continuously test new ads and then have a way to scale those up, really ramp up the budget without over leveraging yourself. The last thing you want to do is stack your budget too quickly and then you scale your losses, aka you just waste money for no reason. So please guys, I know online scaling looks fun, 10K days, so exciting. But in reality, scaling is something you should take your time with. Don't rush it, guys. I'm telling you, slow and steady wins the race. A lot of you are comparing yourself to someone who's been in the game for 5+ years. A lot of you haven't even made 10,000 revenue, and you're comparing your dashboard to someone who's done several millions revenue. So it's all perspective, guys. Next, moving to our Meta Ads Manager, same thing as last time. You want to get the correct column set up, the same exact ones I taught you from the previous check-in, and then also make sure you have the correct date range selected. That way we're looking at data that is relevant for these last 2 days. Now to break it down, it's literally the same way where you just want to look at the cost per purchase column. So we'll first start with creative number 3 here. Look, this one has spent $123, has 6 sales in return, where every $20 it is spending, it's getting us 1 purchase back. So as long as this amount is less than our break-even point, then we are good and we can continue to spend more money on what's already working. And reminder, if it has more than one purchase, that proves it has some consistency and we should have more faith to let it spend longer and to even bump the budget. So 6 purchases is no joke. From there, let's look at Creative 5. This one only spent $4. It's still pretty early. I think on the last check-in too, it hadn't spent much. Like when something hasn't spent enough yet, just give it some more time. So then that takes us to Creative 4. This one has spent $12 and only has 1 add to cart back. Honestly, we can probably disable Creative 4 here. I'd like to see some more add to carts flowing. Reminder, we want to see them for 1/3 our break-even point, and it's not there. Now, before we disable that, I also want to look at Creative 2 here because this one spent $26 for 1 purchase, where it is -$1. So I would let Creative 2 spend until about $35 to $40 to acquire that second customer. And if it can't get a second customer by that point, I'd probably disable it. But because we do have some momentum, we have some promising potential, again, scared money doesn't make money. So if data is looking good, let it spend just a little more. And then that takes us to Creative 1 here. This one spent $33, only has 1 purchase. So cost per purchase is past our break-even point. But then another thing I want to look at are the add to carts here, where this add to cart ratio is on the end of our range. And because our cost per purchase is almost $10 past our break-even point, I'm going to cut my losses on Creative 1 early. And I'm also going to disable Creative number 4 because, again, that wasn't getting many add to carts either. So we can just toggle those off just as so. And now Meta will be forced to spend our full daily budget on the ads that have been pretty consistent up until this point. And just like TikTok, we're going to double the budget on Meta from $100 per day up to $200 per day. That way, it's only going to spend on our winners. And unlike TikTok, you can just leave this single campaign for Meta. However, your winning ads, they will fatigue eventually. So just like TikTok, you will want to test new ad creatives. That way you can prolong your cycle. You can keep on scaling. When one ad dies, you already have 5 others that have been profitable and you've added into the mix. And checking out the profit loss for Meta. So yesterday, which was day 3, we made $57 profit, but then today, day 4, we lost $9. So with all 4 days combined on Meta, we spent $300 in total, and we walked away with $66 in net profit. Margins are on the lower end, I'm going to be honest, but reminder, we did have that one winning ad with 6 purchases, meaning that we do have some consistency there. And I will say, you will typically have a little lower margins when testing because that's exactly the thing. We are testing which ad creatives will be profitable and which ones won't be. So with all 4 days combined, both TikTok and Meta, we have spent $600 on ads, have got 29 orders, we've generated 1.2K revenues, so we crossed the $1,000 mark. To fulfill those orders then, we spent $329, we spent about $40 on fees, so in total, we spent $600 on ads and we are walking away with $260 in net profit. These margins, I'm going to be honest, aren't the best, but do keep in mind I was launching TikTok and Meta at the same exact time, which I don't normally do. But because this is a free raw training, a long video, I wanted to give you guys some more context behind the scenes. And I'll show you the profit loss from the true profit view because my Google Sheet tracking might have been off ever so slightly. So again, after all expenses, we made $245 in net profit. 19% margins isn't a flex, but as long as you're not losing money, that is something you should celebrate. And I also forgot to mention, anytime you need to fulfill orders, just open back the AutoDS app, come to this orders tab, and you can ship those out easily. But ladies and gentlemen, our free raw guide is coming to an end. But real quick before you go, I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. Have you been watching videos like this one for months and still can't crack your first sale? Have you tried building the store? You found the product, you launched the ads, but you still can't get profits. So you got to ask yourself, is it an information problem? Do you need more knowledge, or do you need someone who's already achieved what it is you're trying to achieve in your corner, guiding you through each day? Because that's exactly what you get with my one-on-one mentorship program. So the link to apply is down below. It's in the description, it's in the pinned comment. So we'll quickly cover everything that's included, and then we'll get into what you should do next if you want to keep scaling up your store. So the link down below, it'll take you to a short application where you'll be able to schedule a call with my team to see if the program is a good fit or not. And assuming we can help you, assuming we are confident that we can help you smash your goals, we're going to offer you a spot into the group. Now, once you're inside, me and you will plan an onboarding call. And on that call, I'll break down the full strategy A to Z. I'll reveal a lot more info that I couldn't share in this video. And I will build a custom tailored plan specifically for you, depending on your goals and also what responsibilities you have going on in your life right now. With the program, you will have daily check-ins. So 7 days a week, we are messaging. That way you're not figuring out every little detail on your own. So we are there to help you pick out the product. We review the store, we review the ad creatives, but most importantly, you're sending over your metrics every single day so we can help you analyze the data. Do we need to kill this product? Do we need more ads? Are we ready to bump the budget? You won't have to figure any of that out on your own because me and my team of expert coaches, we are in your corner guiding you through every step. So we'll be there from the first sale, your first 1K day, and even your first 6-figure month. Now, on top of the daily mentorship, you also get access to free spy tools. You'll never need to pay for another spy tool subscription again. We hook all the students up with that for free. You get a custom pre-built theme specifically for students. You can still upload it to your store, boom, customize it with just one click. You also get a student-only course. There's over 70 plus step-by-step videos walking you through everything you learned today, but in a whole lot more detail with some things that I haven't shared on YouTube in the past. And you also get our VIP mastermind community where you are talking with other store owners who are in the program. Some of them already have 6-figure stores. Some of them are getting their first profits, and others are just starting out. And here's the thing, if I can't help make you guys money, I don't deserve your money. That is as black and white as it is. So my guarantee is if you put in the reps, you do the work, if you're not happy by the end, I will continue mentoring you for free until you are happy with the results you've achieved. A lot of these programs out there, once you pay, they just throw you in a random course that's 3-4 years old, toss you in a community with 100 other people, and they give you one weekly group call where your messages are buried in chat. But our program, it's different. We actively have members inside our Discord posting wins. Jay here, he got his first 3 orders literally just yesterday, which is epic. Scrolling up then, Azad, he hit 150K in 6 days. And I have a proper case study on Azad store coming up soon. So make sure you guys are subscribed. You know, some of these people hit in 12K days. So I always recommend people check the wins channel daily. That way you can see what other people in the program are achieving, but also that keeps you motivated so you know what's possible in your near future. So if having me in your corner every day could save you months of trial and error and thousands of dollars on garbage products that were never going to work in the first place, then is this something worth checking out today? And you and I both know you wouldn't have watched a 2-hour video all the way until the end if you weren't somewhat interested in starting an AI-powered micro brand. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap up today's video here. If you watched to the end, I just want to say big thank you for one, giving me your time and attention, but also big shout out to you for investing that time into yourself so you can build an AI-powered micro brand. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for now. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave those down below. And also a reminder, all of the relevant links today are in the description, from the one-on-one mentorship program to our community over on Discord, and then also everything else from the Supplier, the pre-built theme, the $1 Shopify, and all of the other tools and resources we used today. And to wrap things up, I want to give you guys a 3 to 5 minute pep talk about the actual reality of e-commerce, because you should have your head in the clouds. You should firmly believe the next product you launch is going to make you several thousands of dollars. But here's the thing, that belief system is a bit delusional. If you can just launch one store, take it to a few grand a day, everyone and their grandma would already be printing with dropshipping. So I like to compare e-commerce to the gym. Think of all of the people you see in the gym week after week, month after month, yet they still don't have a desirable physique. Because it's not that the gym doesn't work, but maybe they're slacking in other areas like their diet or even the intensity of their workouts. And dropshipping is the exact same way. You guys have the system. I showed you that in today's video, but some people, they're going to quit a week in. They're never going to get results. Other people, they'll stick with this for 2 to 3 months, but maybe they're like the person in the gym that doesn't actually diet, aka they're not giving their store their full potential. They're going through the reps, but not taking it as seriously as they should. But the third type of people, the people that do their workouts and diet properly, they're the one that get the physique. So related to e-commerce, the ones that go through the reps, the systems you're learning today throughout enough time while working with intention. You guys are here, you're studying the information, but also ask yourself, when you are not working, are your habits conducive toward your goals? Because if they're not, that could very well be impeding your success. So ladies, gentlemen, if you try with e-com just like you would at the gym, getting a winning store is almost inevitable. It is going to happen. Again, if you train and eat for long enough, you are going to get a good body, a good physique, a good end goal, and dropshipping is the same way. And you can try to piece all of this together on your own with free YouTube videos like this, and you will go through some trial and error. Or you can pay a trainer in the gym, someone to give you the workouts, someone to give you feedback, someone to optimize the diet as the weeks go on. And dropshipping is no different. So one final time, the link to work one-on-one is in the description down below. Don't think you need to do this alone. Having someone in your corner is going to be by far one of the fastest ways to expedite your success. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. We used AI to find a product. We built this store, we launched ads, and I even started to bump up the budgets. So I got you started. Implement what you learned. You can easily get sales coming in. But when you're ready to scale and you're ready to put some more fuel on the fire, you know exactly where to find me.